Good morning. Welcome, race fans, to the final day of the 2024 WGP1 World Series, the Jet Tribe Euro Finals. I'm Don Dawson, reporting live from the scenic shores of Lake Warcki in Ostrów, Poland. Today is the day we have all been waiting for. This is where the excitement reaches its peak, and this is where new European champions will be crowned. Riders have been pushing their limits throughout this incredible series, and it's all going to come down to today's final motos. So grab your spot, cheer for your favorites, and let's get ready for an unforgettable conclusion to the 2024 WGP1 World Series right here in Ostrów, Poland. Let's take a look at some of the action that happened yesterday as we get ready to go. It was an unusual start in Moto number 1. György Kashi with the whole shot and the lead for most of the moto until his boat unfortunately encountered some difficulties. John Bruno Pastorello's son, Hugo Pastorello, in lieu of his father's attendance, surprised in a flawless moto, taking the win. In second was Kylie Elmers from Australia. And in third was World Series winner in 2021, Nico Chamond. Talking a little bit about Hugo Pastorello as we get ready for this second round. They are going to have 35 minutes plus one lap. Each one of these laps in this pro endurance race is over 7 miles long. We've got cloudy skies, just a little bit overcast, a little bit of a light drizzle this morning. Should clear up for us this afternoon. And the clock is officially on as we get ready to go for our Endurance Open. Don't know about you, but I am so excited to see what is going to happen. Hugo Pastorello from out of nowhere. This young man has definitely been groomed to be one of the best. He rides for Team Pastorello. In 2019, he got the Corsica Cup. He races runabouts and skis, been riding for 9 years, but man, he has come on in the last 24 months hard. In 2019, he took the Marcon Championship. In 2021, the French Endurance Championship. And right now, he's got an opportunity to bring it all home in this Endurance Open class. If you want to follow us along for live timing, you can go to WGP1.com. Speaking of that, you can follow us on all of the social media. That includes Instagram, Facebook, and of course, the other social media, Jet Ski World Series. It's very easy. Even TikTok, at Jet Ski World Series, you can find us. We are underway. And we'll get you who got the whole shot in just 1 minute. But man, György Kashi yesterday, unbelievable. It was so much fun to watch. The gentleman that hails from Budapest. And right now you can see on the live timing, if you want to follow along with us, you're more than welcome to. That live timing at justracetiming.com. And then you can click down into the current race happening, and you can get all of the stats, the current times. You can also get race results, and even the schedule is posted for today. Right now, we are underway with moto number 2 for Endurance Open. What a gorgeous backdrop. Not as clear as it was yesterday, but you can see a little bit of the agricultural scenic views behind this gorgeous 45-kilometer lake, one of the largest lakes in middle of Poland. We're about 2.5 hours out of Warsaw if you are looking for us on Google. And here comes our riders. We had 18 riders in the field today, and one of the more massive courses, and you could see the crews up there eagerly awaiting to see who got this whole shot on this first round. Unofficially, it does look like it might be one of our Kawasaki riders. Could that be Hugo Pastorello? We'll find out. We're located in Ostrów, Poland. It's a village located in the Łódź Voivodeship in central Poland. Lies right within the administrative district of Gmina Warta. And we're situated near the Warta River, which is one of Poland's major tributaries. The area around Ostrów has a very rich history dating back to medieval times. Well, that is a familiar sight. It is, in fact, the 8-ball, Hugo Pastorello with the official hole shot. Started out in mid-pack yesterday. And he is already showing dominance in this morning. This morning's venture out on the water. Looks like Nico Chamond is going to be up in second. Now again, based on how they finished yesterday, and that is going to be Kylie Elmer's boat number 553. So again, your top three: Hugo Pastorello, Nico Chamond, Kylie Elmers. Anya Yasimic is in fourth place. Anya Yasimic in fourth place. Michael Legal in fifth. Anthony Raditic in sixth. Dominic Gregory Spock in seventh. Argus Keskela up in ninth. Roman in 10th. Again, your whole shot went to Hugo Pastorello. First time was a 4:05.968. So they just traversed, well, they traversed half of a 7-mile track with a 4:05.968. Again, you can follow along on the times, but that was our first lap time for Hugo. Again, half a lap as they did the start. We'll get you full lap times coming up next. And already we've got people on the live stream watching. Daniel Raditek cheering on Anthony, boat number 22. Uray Prasong, go Thailand, keep fighting. Let's talk a little bit about what happened last year. The World Series champion last year, of course, John Bruno Pastorello, as we talked about. He took that win in 2023 and in 2022. And in 2021, it was Nicholas Chamond who took the World Series. In 2020, it was Supap Pusapa from Thailand. And then once again in 2019, John Bruno Pastorello took the World Series. When, again, mentioned it yesterday, but we had a crazy situation in endurance a couple years ago here in Poland. John Bruno ran out of gas, and that has been a source of anxiety for all these riders. Being able to manage your resources and not run out of gas has been the number one fear for these guys. You are not allowed to come in and fuel during this race. You've got to run on that single tank of gas yesterday, and that might have been, don't know for sure, can't confirm, but that might have been part of the challenge for Georgi Kasha. Taking a look here as we come through. You could see that visibility a bit tricky for these guys, and that adds another element of trickery, if you will, on this course. Now they have to go around 3 separate buoys. The buoys are over 10 feet tall, making it very easy for them to see the buoys. In fact, it's just over to the right-hand side of the screen. You can actually see that turn that they are making, and then what they will do is traverse their way back through the front of the race course. So they will be turning on that MasterCard or double buoy. It's a red and yellow buoy. And once they do that, they will circumvent the front part of the closed course. And isn't it wild that we have evolved from very simple race courses back in the 90s and the early 2000s into each race division now gets its own course to work off of. The runabouts has their extended course with lines that are more open on the right-hand side of the track. The ski course, very tight, very technical. And then the endurance course, well, in a word, massive. Hugo Pastorello taking this turn, and as you can see, he's going right through the front, goes all the way around the front of the track, and now that he's on that modified front stretch, we'll take another look. There's that MasterCard buoy they have to turn off of. Now, the MasterCard buoy is the indicator for the closed course, and actually the riders would take that on the left-hand side. These riders on the endurance class will be taking it on the right side, using that as a right-hand turn. Your top 3 hasn't changed. Look at Kylie Elmers. Boat number 553. Very used to navigating. She's been racing for years and incredibly good. Boat number 32, there's Anya Yahimic. I see our race fans up here checking out the action. The head of the team, Flamingo team, up in the stands. Kylie Elmers, by the way, sponsored by Knopf and U.S. Gibson. Also sponsored by Team Pastorello. That is boat number 28. He is back in 8th. Dominic Gregory Spock. And just off in the distance, your race leader, Hugo Pastorello. And these lap times are staying consistent around the 4.5 mark. Hugo Pastorello's lap time on this was a 4.31439. Nico Shaman had a 4.41.264. Kylie Elmers had a 4.43.526. That's your top 3 riders. Michael Legal in 4th. He had a 4.43.21. He's on boat 21. Anya Yahimic coming through with a 4.46.536. Anthony Radatic back in 6th with a 4.50.62 time. Derek Grit, your Poland product, up in 7th place with a 4.52.452. Cool time. Dominic Gregory Spock on boat number 28. Spock is actually in 8th. He rides for Germany. Marcus Keskela in 9th on a boat number 7, riding for Estonia. Boat number 16, also a local product from Poland, Gabriel Tomala. That is your top 10 currently. Let's take a look at our overall time. We've got 8.5, 8:37.408 on the clock of a 35-minute plus 1 lap moto. This is the first of a massive Triple Crown series. The dream of Drake Paraquet, the gentleman that founded the WGP1 World Series, and that dream was to have a true global world championship, and he wanted to create a global stage that could be brought to millions. And man, has he delivered on that promise. The first series to ever break 1 billion viewers, that just happened 2 years ago, and we are looking at 800 million viewers today. We'll be uplinking to Eurosport this afternoon for our final rounds, and that is going to be a stunning opportunity for us to once again truly highlight a sport that is near and dear to so many great racers around the world. And this is just the first stop here, Ostrów, Warcki, the first portion of this Triple Crown. The next stop is going to be in Lake Havasu City, Arizona in October. And we got a chance to catch up with Scott Frazier yesterday, giving us some of the lowdown on some of the cool new things that we're going to see. I see Team Kawasaki coming down in the house to support their riders, and I got good news for you, gentlemen. We've got Hugo Pastorello leading in our endurance, and he is rocking. What a great opportunity to have some of the big members of Kawasaki here helping us really elevate the sport for 2024. And I promise you, the next 5 years in jet ski racing is going to be bringing some amazing innovations to you, and I can't wait to be a part of all of that and share it with you. But again, thank you to one of the best manufacturers in the business, Kawasaki. Nicholas Chaman coming in on that second place. Let's get a look at our times as our race leader just came through. 4:35.31 for your race leader, Hugo Pastorello. Nicholas Chaman with a 4:41.264. And actually, that was his last lap. This current lap, not too much different. A 4:43.432. Kylie Elmer's last lap was a 4:43.526. This lap, Kylie is a 4:44.115. Very consistent times for your top riders. Look at Anya Yahimik and that very unique riding style, leaning very far forward on her boat. She is up in 5th place. Michael Legal in 4th with a 4.36.966. Anya Yahimik with a 4.45.557. That's your top 5. Anthony Ratatek riding for the U.S. He is back in 6th. He's got a 4.51.829 on this lap. Derek Greet on boat number 20 with a 4.52.661. Marcus Keskela in 8th with a 4.50.781. Dominic Spock in 9th place with a 4.54.663. Tomala in 10th with a 5.09.286. There has been so far, no change. No change in your top 10. 13.12 is on the clock right now. It's interesting to watch. Look at these massive buoys. That buoy is 10 feet tall, but right now it looks like it's rolled over to its side, imitating a big sausage out there in the water. And these guys look very foggy off in the distance. So visibility is a factor this morning, adding to that extra element of trickery when it comes to endurance racing. So much is involved in this particular discipline of jet ski racing. Let me share a little bit about that. In the start, it is critical that you have a well-trained team. And what I mean by that is your team has to be prepared because you have a running start. We call them a Le Mans start. They have to actually run to the boat, jump on the boat, plug the lanyard in, and then execute a flawless start. And one of the best in the business is that Pastorello team. They are incredible to watch on their starts. In fact, it was like watching a clinic the first time I went and got an opportunity to watch endurance. Now, endurance is a discipline that is traveled across the globe. You will see some incredible long-distance endurance races, and we perform endurance both on freshwater, as we are today, and also in ocean conditions. And some of the more famous endurance racers and racing is actually in areas of Corsica. There's a big endurance race. There is a huge endurance race down in Greece. There's lots of different opportunities for us to watch endurance. You get a chance to watch it on all 3 rounds of the Triple Crown. I want to say a special thanks to Amazing Thailand and some of our great sponsors, including Thai Smooth as Silk, for bringing this incredible venue of jet ski racing to households around the world. You're watching us live right here in Ostrów, Warcki. Nicholas Chamond is about 24, he's 24 seconds behind Hugo Pastorello. So Hugo has opened up, it's your race leader you were seeing on the screen on the 8 ball. He's opened up a good 24-second gap. That's going to help him just in case he has to manage these fuel resources and reel this back in. He's going to play smart. These guys are not going to just pin it full throttle the whole way. They've got to keep their eye on the gas tank and make sure that they do not run out of fuel before they get to the end of the race. Sweeping that turn wide, not trying to chop any turns. These guys, when they're riding in endurance, they want to keep a very steady pace and a very clean and quiet pace. Look at the pack behind Hugo. As I mentioned, it was 24 seconds difference between Hugo and Nico Chamond, your second place rider. But after that, it is only about a 10-second difference from the rest of the riders. Nico Chamond, had a little bit of a bump. Unexpected, and Kylie Elmer saw it. She's within strike distance of Nico Chamond. Again, thus far, no change on your top 5 as we are working our way through lap number 4. The lap time now is 17:50.842. Hugo Pastorello's time was a 4:38.401. Nico Shaman, a 4:47.350. Kylie Elmers telling a story here. Her lap time on this one was a 4:41.274. She is about 6 seconds faster on that lap than Nico Shaman. Michael Legal with a 4:48.752. Anya Yahimek with a 4:47.113. Anthony Ratatek coming in with a 4:52.637. He's in 6th. And Louis Bahizan has jumped into the map. Oh, yep, he has jumped into top 10. Bahizan, riding for the Philippines, is now in 8th place. Up, drop back into a little bit backwards. Let's see. Anthony Ratatek in 6th. Derek Grit in 7th. Keskela still in 8th. Dominic Spock in 9th. Just had to check that as the timing updated. Starts are critical. Throttle control is critical. Riding quiet. These guys are not necessarily needing to take these buoys really tight. All right, I got a quick update on Louis Bahizan. Thank you so much, Robert Dixon, for that. Louis actually popped out there on borrowed property on 1100, ran a couple of laps for points, and then he's going to pull it in. He is in contention with some other classes here for a championship today, so he is going to manage those races later on today. So Louis Bahizan is going to be out of this one. Thank you so much, Mr. Dixon, for your update, sir. All right, Hugo Pastorello with a 4:38.401. Nico Shaman with a 4:47.350 in 2nd. And Kylie Elmers with a 4:41.274. We're going to need to keep our eye on Kylie Elmers. What a story about Kylie, a young woman out of originally New Zealand. She has been racing almost 2 decades. Rides for Team SDC. She's just turned 50 this past year. She has 7 American titles, 9 world championships, multiple national titles in New Zealand, Australia, and Thailand. And she is a force to be reckoned with on the water. Not only is she a fantastic rider, but she is also an incredible mechanic as well. And right now, she is putting some severe pressure on Nico Shaman, your 2021 World Series champion in endurance. He was also the Euro Endurance champion in 2021. Nico, 36 years old, riding for France. He's from a French island called Reunion, very close to Madagascar. Works at his father's construction company. Talking about Nico Shaman, that boat was built by Peter DeSmit, JSU, and Robbie Jett. Nico Shaman, let's see if he's been able to hold off Kylie Elmers for this 2nd place. Here comes Hugo Pastorello. John Bruno Pastorello normally races endurance, and Hugo can do runabout. In fact, he does ride runabout and stand up. There is the Pastorello team up in the stands. Good to see you gentlemen this morning. Let's take a look at the time for Hugo as he comes through. 4:39.620. And it does look like Kylie Elmers and Nico Shaman coming through. There is the up-close shot of Nico Shaman, but Kylie Elmers did get around it. We've got a new 2nd place rider. Kylie Elmers has moved up into 2nd. Nico Shaman in 3rd, and Kylie's watching him, and she's also managing that fuel. So you can see she's not completely full open, but she's watching it. Nico in 3rd, and that is Michael Legal in 4th. Let's get some times. Again, 4:39.620 for Hugo Pastorello, a 4:41.317 for Kylie Elmers, and a 4:47 for Nico Shaman in 3rd. Michael Legal with a 4:39.620. Wow, Michael's screaming. Anya Yahimek with a 4:49 on this last lap. Let's see what, on this last one. And then let's see what Anthony Ratatek gets as he comes through. He's in 6th at the moment. He's got a 4:52 from the last lap. Let's see what he does here. Does he pick up the pace on this one? Wow, is he consistent? 4:52.263. His best time was a 4:50.62. Man, Anthony Ratatek, you are so consistent. We have 22 minutes on the clock. We've still got quite a bit of time left for these guys. There's Marcus Keskela. So Derek Gritt has moved into 7th. Marcus Keskela in 8th. Spock in 9th. So Pastorello, Elmers, and Chamond are your top 3. Joe Sitzler on the line. Get him, Kylie. I agree, Joe. She's the toughest woman I know. Now, I won't be able to show you the riding style, but we'll wait until Hugo comes back through. But Hugo and John Bruno have a very similar riding style, and I want to talk about that because it's an unusual riding style and really, really fun to watch. When they come across that front stretch again, I'll point it out for you. But one of the things you'll notice is they both stand quite a bit. John Bruno stands almost the entire race, and Hugo Pastorello also stands quite a bit. Matt Barber has jumped up on the live stream saying, yay, Kylie. Mike Kruskos also, let's go, Kylie. Mike's great to have you on the line. Mick Carpenteri, well done, Kylie Elmers. Here comes Hugo. We'll talk a little bit about this riding style and what is unique about him. I think the other thing that is fascinating to me, as much as John Bruno is a physical rider, he's really surprisingly quiet on the boat, and I think that also translates into faster lap times for him. And Hugo Pastorello carrying on in his signature style. But Hugo is really fun to watch in closed course racing, and what's really fun to watch about him is I see more physicality from him on closed course racing. Man, he had a great pass earlier this week in closed course. It was really fun to watch him on the course, and he has got an opportunity for medal contention in both in 2 classes this week. Right now, he is looking at a podium, and I hope John Bruno is getting the opportunity to watch him. Now take a look at this riding style. You see how forward he is riding, keeping that boat hooked up, and he just sits when he has to come in and take a turn. But other than that, he is standing. And you'll notice a lot of the other riders sit during that, and it's just that these guys, and a lot of the French riders do that. Francois Midori also is one I see that stands quite a bit when he is in the endurance classes. There's Kylie Elmers. Head bobbing, shoulders loose, relaxed. But you can see how much she is absorbing from that boat. No shock absorbers, of course. All of that impact from each one of those waves is going to translate right up through her legs and into her lower back. And these riders have to train very intensely for this particular class. Nico Chamond, also with a very interesting riding style, moving right to the back of the boat to keep that hook up. The intake grate in the back of the boat is where the water moves up through the bottom of the boat and then translates back out through a pump nozzle. And that is what creates that forward momentum. So it's important that you stay hooked up. And you can see here Anya Yehimek also really focusing as she comes through to try to keep that boat hooked up as much as possible. All the boats are designed to be customized to the rider's particular riding style. Let's take a look at times for lap number 6. Hugo Passarello with a 4:44.632. His best time was a 4:31.439. Kylie Elmers with a 4:46.738. Her fastest time, a 4:41.274. Nico Shaman in third with a 4:47.360 on lap 6. Actually, a smidge faster than Kylie Elmers, so expect a dash for cash, if you will, on that final lap. Michael Legal with a 4:46.572 for lap 6. Anya Yahimik in 5th with a 4:53.31. Anthony Radatic still in 6th. Your top 6 hasn't changed. 4:54.994 for Anthony Radatic. We have 27 minutes on the clock. Still got about 8 minutes left to go. Looking at about 2 laps on average. And you just get an opportunity to look at, we are expecting winds to be coming in today along 21 kilometers per hour. So we're going to get some choppy conditions, and you can see that already starting to express right out on the water. Water's looking a lot more choppy this morning than it was yesterday, and I expect those conditions to continue or get a little bit bigger as we work our way through the motos. Good news for us, it's going to create some challenges for the riders. Hugo Passarello leading moto number 2, and this is all it's going to take. We have 2 motos in total for endurance. The points will be combined for their overall score, and Hugo Passarello is at the top of the podium. Nico Shaman has 368 points coming into this. Kylie Elmers has 380. And with Kylie Elmers being in second place, that's going to give her a second on the podium today, and Nico Shaman will have a third on the podium if nothing changes. Still a little premature, right, to talk too much about it. I see a Hero up there in a hoodie, chilling out up in the stands, watching the teams ride. And big representation from Kawasaki this weekend. And Hugo Passarello and the Passarello team sponsored by Kawasaki. And I'm not sure how many endurance races do it now, but about a decade ago, Fully Asvar was sharing with me that in Indonesia, they had an endurance race that lasted multiple days, and they were actually having to come in for refueling. And there were several times, he said, I was actually having to take quick naps on the boat, almost dozing as I was cruising along on endurance. So endurance has truly evolved quite a bit. But 10 years ago, they had a pretty grueling race in endurance in Indonesia where they were riding on the ocean, no less, overnight. They had helicopters spotting them to make sure that the riders were staying safe. And another racer actually shared a pretty interesting endurance story. It was Karine Patarel talking to me back when Karine was racing, and she was saying that she was on a race in Europe. The waves were so high they could not see each other. So it was like you were out there completely isolated. Coming back through, we've got our endurance racers making yet another lap. Let's get some times. Hugo Passarello leading with a 4:48.639. We're on lap number 7, and we are on 32.03 for the time. So again, 35 minutes plus 1 lap. 2 more laps for our riders. Kylie Elmers, 4:50.298. She's about 39 seconds off of Hugo Passarello's lap time, so about 40 seconds behind him. Oh, we've got a change here. Michael Legal moved into 3rd. Nico Shaman dropped back slightly into 4th. Not going to affect. Yeah, it's not going to affect his overall, but he's going to have to watch that. Again, your top three has changed. Pastorello's still leading. Kylie Elmer's in second, but Michael Legal has moved up into third. Nico Chamond in fourth. Anya Yahimik still fifth. Anthony Radatek on the double deuce in sixth. Boat number 20, that's Derek Gritt in seventh. He had a 4.5724 on this lap. We are riding lap 7. Here comes Margus Keskela. Margus is in 8th, riding for Estonia on boat number 7. Let's get Margus's time, a 4.56.427 for Margus. Actually, this particular lap time, he dropped back a little bit. He's at a 5.18. 5.18 for Margus Keskela, still in 8th. Dominic Gregory Spock is coming in on boat number 28. His last lap time was 5.17.601. Let's see if he is able to better that. Dominic also choosing to sit through most of his lap. Again, each one of these riders really handles it different. There's no right or wrong. I think it's just really up to the rider and how they're most comfortable. His time moved to a 5.23.685 for Dominic Gregory Spock. Spock, by the way, riding for Germany. So right now, representing the countries in top 3, you are looking at Hugo Pastorello in the lead for France. In second place, Kylie Elmers for Australia. And in third is Michael Legal, riding for France. And in fourth, Nico Chamond for Reunion Island, but also France. .32.03 was the lap time that we are measuring the current total time, which is 35 minutes plus 1 lap, and we've got 32 minutes on the clock. So this next lap, Hugo Pastorello coming through. And it's actually Hugo Pastorello, John Bruno Pastorello's son. John Bruno Pastorello, amazing man. Actually was in an accident, I heard. I don't have any other details than that, but we'll see if we get some more details for you. Here's Hugo Pastorello coming through just as he hits that front stretch and that signature standing style right till they get to the turn. They go to the far outside of the laps, and as I'd mentioned, the white flag will be coming up for your race leader, Hugo Pastorello. Let's get the time. He came in on this one, gentlemen and ladies, at a 4.59.165, 37 minutes on the clock. This will be the final lap for Hugo Pastorello, and now we've got a little bit of challenge from Kylie Elmers and Michael Legal, putting the pressure on Kylie as they come through. It's not going to affect her overall, so I imagine she's going to play smart on this. And that is Michael Legal coming through. So Michael's already moved into second. Michael with a tough break. He got 12th in the first moto, bringing in 324 points. Kylie has 380, and there is Kylie in third. So, yeah, she played smart. She let Michael Legal scoot around her. It's not going to affect her standings on the podium, nor will it affect Nico Chamond's standings on the podium, but it will definitely be noted that Michael Legal has moved into second. Michael with a 5.02.790. Kylie Elmers with a 5.23.132. Nico Chamond in fourth with a 5.13.387. So in moto number 2, again, Hugo Pastorello leading, followed by Michael Legal, Kylie Elmers, and Nico Shaman. Will Dronyeblau, good morning. Are you still on your phone? Yeah, everybody's been giving us some great feedback on the live stream. How true, every time we see Anya Yahimik come through, she looks like she's about half the size of the boat. She's a little pint-sized ball of thunder. Anya Yahimik is actually the entire reason in so many ways that we had the opportunity to even find this incredible race site. Anya Yahimik trained here as a young woman wanting to get into jet ski racing, and it's a pretty inspiring story that she turned that into a world championship, fulfilling her dreams, and she wanted to share. She definitely wanted to share this dream with others, and so she's been pushing very hard to put Poland on the map as part of our Triple Crown, and with the collaboration of Peter de Smet and Drake Paraquet. That is exactly what happened, and that is because, so we are now blessed to be at this great lake in Ostrów. 37 minutes on the clock. We're under a white flag. Hugo Pastorello leading, and just a few minutes away from pulling down his first win in Endurance Open at the Jet Tribe Eurofinals 2024. Carrying on an incredible legacy. And you could just see him coming into the screen. That's Hugo Pastorello. Good morning, David Sims. So again, Hugo Pastorello, 4:59.165. Michael Legal in second with a 5:02.790. Kylie Elmers in third with a 5:23.132. Nico Shaman in fourth. Anya Yahimik in fifth. Anthony Radatek in sixth. And Marcus Keskela in seventh. Hey, Mustan, I'm noticing that you're saying Fulin is in top three, but I'm following the timing, and it's actually saying a little bit different story, that Fulin Sali is back in 16th, but I could be wrong. But look at Hugo Pastorello coming through the final portion of this course. Congratulations, Hugo Pastorello, taking the win in the Jet Ski Euro Tribe Finals Round 1 Championship. Congratulations. Your first medal of the day going to Hugo Pastorello. Let's see who's going to get second and third. Beautiful run. And getting the reaction from Hugo. He's like, I need to just cool off a little bit here. Nico Shaman coming on hard after the fourth place he was in. He's now passing Kylie Elmers for third. And just waiting to see. Michael Legal was in second on that prior lap. Let's see if it's Nico Shaman who passed everybody on that final lap. And yep, great fist pump for Nico Shaman. He takes second. In Moto number 2, Kylie Elmers will be taking third in Moto number 2. But when we get to the podium, it's going to look like this. Hugo Pastorello, once again, your champion at the Jet Tribe Euro Finals. followed by Kylie Elmers and Nico Shaman rounding out your top three. Great job. You get a chance to see Kylie. She just looks so relaxed. Can somebody get me a latte? It is that expression right there. You're watching the final couple of riders coming in for Endurance Open. All right, you guys, that's going to complete our Endurance Open class. We're on to Pro Sport GP. It's going to be the second of 3 motos. We'll be right back after this.
I have a relationship in Thailand. It's the love for the people, for the food, the beautiful nature, and the places. I've cultivated a beautiful relationship in Thailand.
Presented by Freedom Racing. Powered by Jet Tribe. Presented by Freedom Racing.
Official partner, Sport Authority of Thailand.
National Sport Development Funds.
Welcome to our proudest moment, tumbling through every single detail, unveiling pristine odysseys ahead, crafting each element for globe-trotting, embarking for the sky. Your magical journey redefined. Thai, smooth as silk.
Welcome back to the Jet Tribe Euro Finals 2024 World Series Round 1. We are on to Pro Sport GP. Moto number 1, Omat Salih, blazed out with a whole shot on the win and the best lap of the moto at 1.2878. And very close behind him, and by very close, I mean 1.389 seconds in the final lap with Simon Belcher in second, followed by Lennon Parkin in third. Another one to watch was Supatat Futrakul, who posted the second best lifetime of the race. That's your recap of what happened in Moto number 1 yesterday. Pro Sports is going to be 14 minutes plus a lap. They're going to quickly show these guys the starting grid. Kyle Horton, by the way, who's on this lineup, has already won Runabout NA plus Classic 2-stroke. And talking about winners, Pro Sport GP World Series winner in 2023, your defending world champion is Simon Belcher from the UK. In 2022, your World Series winner was Supak Setara from Thailand. In 2021, Joichiro Katano from Japan. In 2020, it was again Supak Setara. In 2019, Joichiro Katano from Japan. So Japan, Thailand, and the UK have been prominent figures in our World Series championships. Renee Boy, good morning. Alina Priscaro, good morning. Michelle Horton, come on, buddy. Come on, son. Oh, my gosh, Michelle is on watching her son, Kyle. Yeah, he's been quite impressive this week, Michelle. You can see the number 77. That gentleman's going to have the pole position. That is Omat Salih. Pretty in pink. Oh, he's going to kill me for that one. Boot number 41 is on the pole position on the outside. Nobody tell him I said that, okay? There's Simon Belcher. He looks like he's out for a Sunday cruise. Just checking out our starting grid before we get these riders underway. Was the 143 boat that you saw briefly of Kyle Horton, and also 45 of Super Top Foot Raccoon. And we'll be doing our lineup here in just a minute. Here comes Omat Salih and Simon Belcher as we get the horses in the gate, if you will. Simon Belcher, the World Series champion from last year. 14-time British champion. Cleaning out the goggles really quick. They want to make sure they don't fog up those goggles, so that's actually of primo importance that they keep those goggles clear. So that's what he did, just dip the goggles in the water. We used to take a Dremel tool and actually poke holes in the top of those goggles just to keep the airflow. Taking a look at Harley Ritchie and his dad, Mike, up in the stands. Mike threatened to make me come into Spain and work out with him this year. I'm scared now. So good to have you guys. Harley Ritchie, what an incredible racer. We got a chance to have Harley Ritchie up in the booth with us this week. What an honor that was. Thank you so much, sir, for being on the live stream and giving us some of the great insights from a racer's perspective. There's boat number 45 on the outside. Super Top Fruit Raccoon. Boat number 143, Kyle Horton, also lined up on that outside. Then boat number 41, that's Lennon Parkin. He's going to have the pole position on the outside split. There is boat Triple Ace. That is Simon Belcher. He's second on the inside. And the pole position, once again, is going to go to the double sevens. That is Omat Salih, a legend and celebrity in Cambodia. After the SEA Games, they actually had a almost ticker parade. It was so cool to see him. I see Steve Bushel and Joy up there in the stands. Hey, guys. Joy, I'm sure, was the smart one who brought the umbrella. And they're just doing a little modification down on Omat Salih's boat. Omat's riding for Team Flamingo, Knauf, and U.S. Gypsum. There's Vicky Gregory representing for the UK, Great Britain. Aw, that beautiful 1,000-watt smile. Vicky, tell Lucy to come talk to me. I miss Lucy. Where's she at? Is she behind us? Hi, Lucy. Chris down there making sure the boat's ready to go for the Flamingo team. And one of the holders for Omat Salih. Mr. Gadsby down there holding for boat number 41. That's Lennon Parker. And just got an opportunity to find out more about him. Looks like Team Belcher in the house. We can see you guys up in the stands. Wave if you are rooting for Simon Belcher. He's like, wait, what? How are you doing? Braving the light drizzle out here. You can see the camera crews all have their cameras protected as much as possible. There's Kyle Horton as he gets ready. Kyle Horton has been amazing this week. Had an outstanding race watching him in the NA class, him going up head-to-head with Simon Belcher. How much fun was that earlier this week? They just had so much fun. Kyle Horton's nickname, by the way, is Superman. I can't wait to see how Lennon Parkin does. His nickname is Lenny. All right, there's your long view of the riders as we get ready to go for Pro Sport GP. This will be the second moto of 3, and Omat Salih is in the lead with points. Took the win in moto number 1. Belcher in second, and Lennon Parker in third. Super Top Foot Raccoon in fourth. Kyle Horton in fifth. More of the Team Flamingo team down there on the camera. I don't think they know we're watching them. Alex Holmes, come on Team GB, Rukshanok on him on the live stream saying go. Boat number 45, of course, Foot Raccoon. Glennie Dutton, good luck Kyle, go get him, love Nana. And Joyce Diaz Ignacio, good luck Team Philippines today. David Sins, good luck boys from the UK. Well, there's Kylie Elmers chilling like a villain up there with Kevin Redderer as she relaxes after a taxing endurance race, and we're ready to go with Pro Sport GB. And Simon Belcher bolted out of that inside split. We'll get a look at the hole shots here in just 1 minute. Beautiful setup on the sweeper turn. We had a clean start, green flag. Let's take a look and see who's going to be rocking this inside. And it's Simon Belcher, sure enough, after that great start. He really came out of there like a scalded cat. So Simon Belcher on the inside. He's going to do a matchup with Supatot Foot Raccoon on the outside. Supatot had a wicked start as well. You can see Kevin Redderer and Chris watching. Our riders for Pro Ski, who's going to be coming up next. That's really close, but Belcher's going to have the whole shot, followed by Supatot Foot Raccoon. Well, Supatot's not done with that idea, and he's got the line coming into this one. Nope, Belcher shut the door. He's going to get the whole shot. Supatot Foot Raccoon in second. Great start for your rider from the UK, who is also your defending grand champion. Going to be Omot Salih in third, Lenny Parkin in fourth, Kyle Horton in fifth. Oh my goodness, Omot Salih got around Supatot Foot Raccoon. Just a minor bobble for Supatot, and Omot Salih took advantage. Supatot and Omot Salih, and now Omot is screaming around Belcher as well. Wow, Omot Salih from third to the lead in not even half a lap. What an amazing upset, Omot Salih. Holy hole shot conversion. All right, here's your rundown. Omot Salih, your new race leader. Why? Because he's going insane out there on the track. Riding for Cambodia, Triple Aces in second, and Supatot Foot Raccoon in third. I think Parker's still in fourth, Kyle Horton in fifth. Wow, let's get a time for Omot Salih. Put some kind of extra nitrous in that boat. Whoa, Supatot Foot Raccoon under more pressure from Lenny Parkin. Just shut the door on that, but barely. Supatot is under pressure from both directions. First it was Omot Salih, and now it's Lenny Parkin putting the heat on him. Your top three again, Omot Salih from Cambodia, followed by Simon Belcher, Supatot Foot Raccoon, and Lenny Parkin, but Lenny not done. He wants a piece of the action for third, and he has kept the pressure on. The gentleman on that orange and white boat in the lead, that is in third. That is Supatot, and right behind him, Lenny Parkin. You can just see these guys briefly on the backstretch, and it's really a faux backstretch. Not a lot of opportunities for these guys to relax. 3.07 seconds is all that's separating Supatot Foot Raccoon and Lenny Parkin. That's your battle for third. Man, Omot Salih, just a recap of that start. It was a great hole shot from Simon Belcher before they even got to the right-hand side of the track and part of the backstretch. Omot had already passed Supatot Foot Raccoon, and then he got around Simon Belcher to take the lead. All of that in less than half a lap. That was some impressive riding And one of the funnest series of passes I've seen this morning. Beautiful run for Omut Salih, a national hero in Cambodia. Parkin going to the inside. He's going to continue his predatory ways, trying to get around Supatop Foot Raccoon. Not able to do it on this one. Supatop got in and out of that outside pretty quick. Lenny Parkin going to hold into fourth, but yeah, now Lenny under pressure from his buddy Kyle Horton. Lenny Parkin didn't even realize how close Kyle was, I think. Look how close Kyle is on Lenny. He's going to have to pay attention to Mr. Horton, who served notice that he wants a piece of fourth. Let's take a look at the times. 2.1 seconds were all that separated Kyle Horton from Lenny Parkin. Omut Salih, after lap number 3, had a 1:42.168. Simon Belcher with a 1:43.716. Foot Raccoon with a 1:42.637. Lenny Parkin with a 1:45.337. Check this out. On that last lap, Kyle Horton had a 1:42.632. By the way, that is your fastest lap time so far. That went to Kyle Horton. And it happened on lap number 3. You could see the story unfolding. Kyle running a little bit faster than Lenny Parkin. He's going to have to kick it into a next level or find some extra squirrels for some horsepower. Parkin goes to the inside again. Parkin to the outside. Parkins looks solid. That's turn number 3. Goes a little wide on turn 3. Lenny Parkin on the inside. Nice turn for turn 4. Another tight turn on the inside and a very nice turn. Unhooked the back of that boat just a little. Supatot's going to get around, but that's going to open up the door once again. Horton coming from the outside. He's got the momentum. He's not going to have enough real estate to catch him on this lap. So Lenny Parkin still holding 4th place. How insane is that? Lenny Parkin and Kyle Horton putting on a show for 4th and 5th. And I could see all of the crews up in the grandstands were in a panic space. This is so nerve-wracking. I honestly think it's more nerve-wracking for the crews. There's Kyle Horton's dad. Mr. Horton, how's Kyle running today? I thought you'd like that. All right, guys, you've got Omut Salih in the lead and Simon Belcher in second. Supatop Foot Raccoon in third. The battle happening here is truly close between Lenny Parkin and the 143 Kyle Horton. Now, taking a look, Omut goes to the outside. Belcher going to go to the outside. And Omut Salih, he has a really unique riding style. He stays super loose on his upper body. This guy is a ton of fun to watch. He's deceptive, though. If you're just looking at him, he doesn't look like he's all that fast because he's really, really loose. But what's happening is he's staying very relaxed, managing those resources, and that is converting into very quick lap times, as you saw on lap number 1. Speaking of laps, let's just take a look here and see how Omut Salih's lap was for lap number 5. He had a 1:43.319. His fastest lap time was 1:39.159. Omut Salih running very consistent. And look at 4th and 5th. That is Lenny Parkin and Kyle Horton still doing the dance. And let's look at the lap times. Horton had a 1:44.429 on that one. And Parkin had a 1:43.772. So Parkin noticed what was happening, and he picked up his pace. Lap time for Simon Belcher on lap 5 was a 1:45.561. That's your second place rider. And Supatop Foot Raccoon with a 1:44.858. We have 7:46 on the clock. It's a 14-minute race plus 1 lap. Juanita Moley, good morning, beautiful. And we got about 8 minutes done of our 14 minutes. Here's Lenny Parkin, 41. He's 17 years old, hates football. Sports goal, win a world title. Lenny, the way you're riding, I see that in your immediate future. Sponsored by 158 Performance and SJP Moto. His first race and win was only 2021. So Lenny looking good. All right, we had a flip here. Looks like Horton went to the inside. Lenny Parkin goes to the outside. We'll see if that converts. Oh, Dad is watching that incredibly closely to see if Kyle is able to make up some time on that inside split. Kyle looked very solid running the inside. He's had an opportunity to be on this course multiple times today, and Horton comes out of there and spun. That just killed it. Oh, what a heartbreaker. Oh, David, I'm so sorry. You can see the reaction from his dad. Says it all. That minor mistake, he actually was in it. Had the opportunity to make the pass on Lenny Parkin, and that minor overcorrection, he just overturned and turned a little too soon, and the boat unhooked on him. Nevertheless, still a fantastic competitor. You were watching Kyle Horton as he was attacking and trying to get an opportunity to get into fourth place. What an incredible ride. AKA Superman. You were just watching Kyle Horton and Lennon Parkin, or Lenny. Kyle is 17 years old and Lennon Parkin, both 17 years old. These guys have a very bright future ahead of them, and they are definitely going to be two riders you're going to want to follow and watch closely, because I expect great things out of both of these guys. Kyle and Lennon both out of the UK. All right, taking a look on the left-hand side of the track. That's your race leader, guys. That is Omat Salih, riding for the Flamingo Jet Ski team. He won a gold in the Asian Games and a bronze. Asian Games were in Jakarta in 2018. He was also the very first Cambodian male athlete to win gold at the Asian Games. He's a Jet Ski World Cup Ski Modified champ in 2018. He's a mechanic in his 9-to-5 job, and right now he is rocking this lead. There's Simon Belcher, your defending World Series champion, in second, riding very consistent. We're not going to do overalls yet, because this is just the second out of 3 motos these guys are going to have to do today. Supatat is getting a lot of cheering on the live stream. Supatat right now is in third. In the points, Omat Salih comes into this with 60, Belcher with 53 points, and Lennon Parkin in third with 48 points. Supatat Foot Raccoon is right there, guys. He's got 43 points. He's in fourth. Kyle Horton not out of this either. He's in fifth with 39 points. That was from Moto 1, by the way. Just waiting for that white flag. Into the 14-minute moto for us. Supatat Foot Raccoon. 32 years old, riding for K45. He gets a lot of support from Deed's team. There's Omat Salih. Mutt has an interesting and very cool side hobby. Actually breeds and raises Brahmas. This particular type of cattle over in Cambodia, and quite successful at it. It's turned that into a very successful industry for him, and very impressive. Omat Salih's got actually building a cattle ranch. There's Supatat Foot Raccoon, a one-time Thai champion, 2-time World Cup winner, 2-time IJSBA World Champion. He's a manager at Reds Halcyon, and currently he is in third place. Lennon Parkin in fourth. The young 17-year-old phenom out of the UK. Very quiet riding style, very intent, very focused, and a sharp strategist. Was quite impressed that he went and stole the line from Kyle Horton, pushing Kyle to go into that inside split. And it was an interesting mental strategy, and I thought Kyle was going to turn the tables on him, but that one little fumble on the final turn. a lot of pressure on their bodies in the sport division. This is an interesting hybrid, and I got such a great definition from it yesterday. If stand-ups and runabouts had a baby, we would be a sport boat. They are incredibly unstable, I think, on the water. You can't just sit on them. You can't just turn and expect to stay on it. It's not stable like a regular runabout, but it makes it more fun. It makes it closer kind of to riding a motorcycle, too. They lean in just like they would on a stand-up boat. You notice actually leaning into a turn. But, yeah, it's incredibly taxing on the body. White flag is up. Omut Salih's only got one to go. Simon Belcher and Super Top Foot Raccoon, your top three. You can see Peter DeSmit up in the tower with his incredible team. I'm not supposed to say her name, but I'm gonna. I just want to say a special thanks to Kimberly. She's up in the tower helping Peter. But, man, that woman is just the greatest soul. She's been helping all of the other teammates and crew. She helps with logistics, helps with the scoring tower, and she's just a rock-solid human being. And adore you, Kimberly. Thanks for all you do. Emma Gadsby also up there, although she's been hiding from me the last couple of days. Emma Gadsby, a part of the great Gadsby teams. Her mom, Vicky, and her dad here, along with her sister that she gets along with so very well. And Lucy Gadsby, of course, made a massive impact on our sport. One of the most impressive young riders I've seen in the women's division. She had multiple titles before she was even 15. And when I say multiple titles, I mean world titles. Omut Salih from that outside, bringing it home. Just got a few more turns. Simon Belcher, though, is coming in hot on this inside split. Will he be able to reel in Omut Salih? Not necessarily. Oh, that is lots closer than I think Omut Salih thought it was going to be. I don't know. I don't know who got that. That was super close. All right, this timing is showing Omut Salih with a 1:45.477. So I'll call it that way. Omut Salih taking the win. Belcher second. Super Top Foot Raccoon in third. Lenny Parkin. Let's see how they do. But wow, that was too close for comfort for Omut Salih. And there comes Super Top Foot Raccoon. Here's your instant replay of that finish. Look at Belcher punching the gas out of that turn, and he is watching. And, man, just by the hair of his chinny chin, Omut Salih taking the win. Wow. Boy, Simon Belcher, you are a force of nature. We'll be right back right after this.
I have a relationship in Thailand. It's the love for the people, for the food, the beautiful nature, and the places. I've cultivated a beautiful relationship in Thailand.
Presented by Freedom Racing. Powered by Jet Tribe. Presented by Freedom Racing.
Official partner, Sport Authority of Thailand.
National Sport Development Funds.
Welcome to our proudest moment, tumbling through every single detail, unveiling pristine odysseys ahead, crafting each element for globe-trotting, embarking for the sky. Your magical journey redefined. Thai, smooth as silk.
Welcome back to the Jet Tribe Euro Finals 2024 World Series Round 1. We're on to Pro-Am Runabout 1100 Open. We're going to be working all the inside split, and on the pole position is Kasadit Teraprateep out of Thailand. Woo woo! Hey, buddy, great job in Moto number 1, taken to win. Nailed himself a hot 60 points. Oh, my goodness, look at the celebrity holders down there. That is fantastic. I got to tell you, these Thai riders, they are incredibly competitive, but man, are they fun off the water. You got to watch them, too, because they are up to all kinds of crazy antics. So Kasadit Teraprateep, riding for Thailand on that pole position. It's going to be Omat Sali in second lineup, and they're just waiting for the riders to get down there. And then Louis Bahizan from the Philippines will also be in this moto as we get ready to go. But Kasadit Teraprateep's got the whole course to himself for the moment. I should just brag him up while I've got some time. He's 22 years old. He's out of Bangkok, Thailand. So if you want to go to Bangkok, look him up. Probably tell you all the cool places to go. There's Louis Bahizan, the birthday boy. He just got engaged this year. Man, he's had a big year. Actually, let's talk about Moto number 1. In Moto 1, Louis Bahizan with the whole shot in the initial lead until lap 5 when Kasadit took over and won the moto. Louis had to settle for second but was unfortunately docked for cutting the track and was pushed back to third in the standings. Omat Sali currently sits in second and Louis Bahizan in third, but we'll see what happens. And let's talk about our past winners. Pro Runabout 1100, your defending world champion, Louis Bahizan from the Philippines. And we're getting ready to rumble. Peter DeSmit and the team up there getting the boats ready to go. Uh-oh. Well, unfortunately, that is going to generate a false start. Emma Gadsby, I see you in the tower. She's so much fun, you guys. She's like, I am going to kill Don Dawson. But you can't because I'm really far away right now. It's so cool to talk about these great guys. The Gadsby family have been a big supporter of motocross, or not motocross, jet ski racing for years. And it's a fun opportunity when I get to brag them up. Well, I have a suspicion that they are going to be calling Omat Sali for a false start, unfortunately. They've been very tight on their starts this week. I can see Kylie Elmer's up there thinking about life and a latte, she said. All right, we're going to do a restart, and yeah. Did have to start with a dead engine. Kasadit Teraprateep with a great start. Louis Bahizan right behind him. And I can hear Omat Sali getting it fired up as well. Tim Plumpton, good to see you, Thumper. Couldn't get a cigarette paper between them. David Sims, well done. Michelle Horton, well done. Great Britain. Pontep Onim, well done. Samjai, Thai rider. And Kasadit Teraprateep cruising through that inside split. Louis Bahizan, who had a birthday this week, is in second. Omat Sali will be riding out third as we get running for Pro Runabout 1100 Open. Kasadit Teraprateep Again, your race leader and your points leader after moto number 1. This is going to be your moto number 2. 22-year-old, first win in 2017. He's already got a world championship title in endurance. He said his idol is John Bruno Pastorello and Chris McCluggage. If you're going to pick an idol, that was a good one. 14 minutes plus 1 lap is what we're looking for the timing. And I'll get you the times as they complete their first full lap for us. You're watching the race action here in Ostrów, Warcki, Poland. Poland has got so much incredible heritage and history. They're home to 16 World Heritage sites, including the largest statue of Jesus is located right in Poland, and I'm not going to be able to say it right, but Swobodzen. And one of the world's famous composers, Chopin, was Polish. We are unfortunately too early for Pierogi Day, which is actually a thing here. Pierogi Day in Poland is the 8th of October. We're going to be in Lake Havasu City, Arizona, but I might see if I can order some pierogies just in honor of this beautiful city and this great country. And thanks so much to our amazing hosts for having here in Ostrów, Warcki. Kasadit Terapratip scooting through. Oh, challenge from Omut Salih from the outside split. And he moves into second just like that. So full lap 1, and Omut Salih has already moved into second place. You could join us on the live timing. There's QR codes all around the venue. Just tap that QR code, and it'll take you into our live timing. You can see what their lap times are and some of the stats on the riders for their results for the week. Kasadit Terapratip leading, Omut Salih in second, and Louis Bahisen in third. A 1:42.626 was the lap time on the first full lap for Kasadit Terapratip. Omut Salih with a 1:41.959 on that first full lap. A little bit quicker than Kasadit Terapratip, and Louis Bahisen had a 1:44.947. Keep your eye out for the rider from Cambodia, who currently has the fastest lap time on the track for this particular race. And isn't it appropriate that the national colors of Poland are red and white? Since 1831, the color represents love, sacrifice, and bravery. The color white represents goodness and purity of intentions. And that speaks volumes about this incredible country and the very gracious people that we have had the privilege of hanging out with this week. Thank you so much for having us here, you guys. Poland's population is just over 40 million. Back to the live stream. Book Sermsuan, thank you for joining us. Go 26, the Rocket Bunny. Book, please tell me what that means. I can't wait to find out how in the heck he got that nickname. So Louis Bahisen nicknamed the Rocket Bunny. Porn tip on Neem saying go Louis. Cool Pavi from Jet House cheering on 142. Roshanak on them again, 26. Go, go, go. Super Rek Prim Pim from Thailand saying go to Kasadit Terapratip. So you guys, please give us your comments, your thoughts, your feedback. If you got questions, I'm happy to answer them for you, for what I know anyway. If I don't, I'll go find out the answer. Hey, Chris, how you doing this morning? Number 1. Chris been a big part of the Flamingo team for many years, and super fun to hang out with. You're watching Pro-Am Runabout 1100 Open, and the leader in that race at the moment is 142, Kasadit Terapratip, but you've got to keep the eye on the gentleman from Cambodia who is a national hero in Cambodia. That's Omat Salih on the 77 boat. Let's take a look at the times on this lap. Terapratip just took a 1:43.487, but check out the time for Omat Salih. He's got a 1:40.843. Just a smidge faster than what Terapratip is running on that last lap. So he is keeping Kasadit on his toes.
Aktualnie na torze klasa Pro Am Runabout 1100 Open. Za chwileczkę najmocniejsze skutery stojące, czyli troski GP, a także klasa Pro Ski Modified. Panie płyną z panami, to są połączone klasy.
All right, Omat Salih going to the inside. Actually, that was Bahizan. My apologies. Oh, no, it was Omat Salih on that inside split. Kasadit Terapratip on the outside split. Let's take a look at the times. Again, 14-minute moto plus a lap. Salih reduced that gap from a 4.32 to 1.83 as we were just watching lap number 5 unfold. That's a 3-second makeup time. Book Sermswan just gave me the inside scoop on why they call Louis Bahizan the Rocket Bunny. He said his ski is fastest on the earth, and he's a bunny because he hops on the ski in a good way. How he bunny hops on the ski. Book, you are just a class act. That is too much fun. All right, again, we're watching Pro-Am Runabout 1100 Open. Big boats, full modifications allowed. So in other words, not too much limitations except for your credit card limit, which for mine wouldn't get me very far today. And it's a pro and amateur combined, which means as an amateur rider, if I'm riding an expert or even if I've been winning in the novice classes, I could move up into this class. Or if I'm a pro rider, I can ride in this class. So the indication Pro-Am Runabout indicating the the weight of the boat and the boat's hull. It's a runabout boat, sit-down boat. And then 1100, obviously engine size. And then the open indicates what you're allowed to do under the hood and the modifications. That's how we break down the classes. There's third place, Louis Bahizan. His mom's name, Marilu and Michael, and I'm pretty sure they're listening. He's out of Santos City, Philippines. He's 28 years old and aspiring pilot. And he just did a proposal to his girlfriend of 11 years, Ella, on the 8th of May. That boat was built by Dean's team, I think, in Park Motorsports. And his race number is his birthday, which, by the way, July 26th, he was actually out here hanging out with us. So the birthday boy. Thank you again, Book. I appreciate that. All right, so Salih reduced that gap from a 4.32 to a 1.83. Let's see what happens as they come into the splits again. You're watching Kasadit Terapratip. Diane Ramirez from Oregon. Appreciate you. Thank you for listening. 1:42.266 was the lap time for lap 6. Will Omat Salih be able to hunt down Kasadit Terapratip on this lap? Now, Kasadit goes to the outside and in an interesting flip. You can see Kasatit going through. All right, Omut Sali actually followed Kasatit Terapratip from that outside split. Kind of surprised. Maybe he thought that outside was running a little bit faster, so he stuck to it. Get a look at the times on lap number 7. We are now 11 minutes into this 14-minute moto. We have a 1:47.754 for Kasatit Terapratip. Omut actually dropped off the pace just a smidge. He's at a 1:52.546. And Louis Behiza with a 1:52.96. 11:14 on the clock. Yeah, the gap is a little bit bigger. 4.9 seconds between Omut Sali and Kasatit Terapratip. So Kasatit got a little bit of a break here. With these average times of 2 minutes. Going to put him right around the 13 mark. We'll see if he gets the white flag on this next one. Probably going to come in a little bit too much under the 14-minute. Yeah, Kasatit did pick up the pace. That gap opened up even more to 9.7 on lap 7. Wow. Yeah, I think Kasatit went a wee bit quicker on that last one. Gap opened up between him and Omut Sali to a 9-second gap. But again, long game here. You got to always think about that strategy. These guys have 3 motos they got to get through, and they got to keep these boats together. So the biggest disaster would have the boat go down. So right now they're playing smart, keeping the engine rolling. Isn't it fascinating to watch these guys go through it? It looks like they're just barely cruising, but they are hauling. Watching these open boats. And Omut Sali taking that outside as well. And both of them looked for the white flag. And I don't think either one of them got it. So they went back to focusing on the track. We're going to have 2 more laps. Here's your third place rider. Look at that 1,000,000-watt smile, Louis Behizan. Your third place. He's a Philippine champ. And as I mentioned, your defending world champion in the Pro Runabout 1100 Open. He says his hobbies are jet skis, airplanes, enduro bikes, side-by-sides, golf. He is a very active individual and loves classical music.
Zabrałam rano Open aktualnie na torze, za chwileczkę najmocniejsze skutery stojące, a tuż po nich najmocniejsze skutery siedzące, czyli klasa Pro Runabout Tomek też Mięczak niestety wczoraj był zmuszony wycofać się z wyścigu ze względu na awarię skutera, a więc już
Hanging out here in round number 1 for the Jet Tribe Eurofinals 2024 World Series. 1 of 3. And this was really a dream in the making 5 years ago. This was something that Drake Paraquet really wanted to pull together, where you had a true global World Series, so you really had the opportunity to pull in riders from all the different countries around the world. So we set it up so that if you are based out of Europe, you could get into this first round pretty easily and hopefully get you to the next 2 rounds. The second round is going to be based in the U.S. in October. Third and final round is going to be in Thailand. And the white flag comes up for Kasatit Terapratip. Let's take a look at the time. It is a 1:49.721 for this final, second to final lap, lap number 9. 15:02 is on the clock. Omut Sali, we'll take a look, just came through with a 1:53.76. And Louis Behizan picked up the pace with a 1:47.102. Getting a chance to watch her top 2 riders on that fake backstretch. That's not even a fair backstretch. It's mostly a bunch of turns on the right-hand side, and then you have this little tiny backstretch where you can really open it up. That creates for much more exciting riding, and it has certainly created a lot of fun for us as well. You're watching Kasadit Tera Pratip as he finishes up the final couple of turns. Ooh, just a little bobble. Not anything to be concerned about, but he did bobble off of that turn as they come up on the MasterCard buoy. That is your indicator that the riders will now have to pick an option. And once again, Kasadit Tera Pratip goes to the outside, but in a smart, strategic move. The gentleman from Cambodia, Omut Sali, is going to pick up the inside split, see if he can make up any time on these final couple of turns. Kasadit Tera Pratip is looking for a pair of bookends here. He took the win in Moto number 1, and as he hits this double buoys and jumps into the front stretch, he is scheduled for a back-to-back, and he does it. Kasadit Tera Pratip bringing it home for Thailand and takes the win in Moto number 2. Omut Sali will be second. Louis Bahizan will be third. All right, you guys, Pro Ski Grand Prix is up next with Pro Women's Ski Modified. And we are showing you the schedule here. As we get our way through the day. And sorry, I'm just doing a little update as well. We got logistics all over the place. All right, down on the line, Pro Ski Grand Prix, followed by Pro Women Ski Modified. They will both be a combined class as we get ready to go. So I will try to bring you the updates on both of those classes as we go through. We got 8 riders in this. Let's take a look at moto number 2. Tanawin Moli with the whole shot for Pro Ski and Sophie Francis with the whole shot for Pro Women's Ski. Tanawin was initially challenged by Jimmy Wilson very aggressively, but neither of them expected third place, Jaden Richardson, to charge through the pack and steal the lead in just 2 laps, winning the moto. Tanawin finished in second, and Jimmy Wilson in third with the best lap time of a 1:29.10 for Pro Women. Siri Salonen wins one of her first pro-level motos at this level and stayed ahead of River Varner in second and Sophie Francis in third, both of whom are on borrowed property this weekend. And it looks like we're going to get an opportunity to get some up-close looks at our different riders. I saw Siri Salonen waving, and that was Marlon Teak. You got an opportunity to take a look at. The winner for 2023 for the World Series was Jeremy Perret. This is going to be a 15-minute plus 1 lap moto. We are getting ready for Pro Ski and Pro Women's Ski. Here comes River Varner as she gets ready to go. She's borrowing Matthias Reynes's boat. Speaking of the devil, there's Matthias Reynes down there helping blow that boat out and get it ready. River, are you ready to go, girl? Hey, River Varner. You can see that really cool helmet. Hey, girl. Mwah. Love you too. Can't wait to see you out on the water. This girl is a rocket ship out of Lake Havasu City, Arizona. Let's see how she does. She's not the only rocket ship down there. Sophie Francis also on that lineup, and Siri Salonen. 2 USA riders in the women's class, along with the rider from Finland. And we are just ready to do that rundown. Harley Ritchie is lined up on that outside. He ended up in 7th in that first moto. And you can see River Varner. And right next to her, she has got Jaden Richardson, who took the win in both Moto 1 and Moto number 2. Jaden Richardson got the bookends, and his mom up there telling me that he's 16, not 17. So I do get the update. Hey, love you too. Mwah. I think that is Siri getting ready to rock. And Sophie Francis already down there by her boat. Let's do this rundown real quick. On the outside, once again, boat number 117. That is going to be Harley Ritchie. Right next to a boat number 79 on a borrowed property. That is Sophie Francis. You're looking at right now boat number 121. That's Siri Solon. And right next to her is boat number 27, Sebastian Girello. Those are your riders on the inside split. Also on that inside split is Marlon Teak. And also on the inside split, it's going to be boat number 4, Tanawin Mo Lee. And you can see Kevin Redder getting prepped down there. He's lined up on the second position on the outside. Jaden Richardson has the pole position on the outside, and they are asking for a 2-minute hold. So again, Kevin Redder asking for a 2-minute hold. Kevin Redder had a great run yesterday, and then suddenly engine dramas. And an electrical issue is what forced him out of it. He did manage to keep enough points on the board to hold him into 4th place, so he's still got a shot at a podium. Jaden is 17 literally tomorrow. Oh, good start for boat number 328. That was River Varner that actually smoked out of that whole shot on the outside. Jade Richardson right there as well. Jaden Richardson with that bright orange wetsuit, pretty easy to identify on the outside. Let's see what's going to happen on this inside split. Tanawin Mo Lee with the inside hole shot. And it's Jaden Richardson on the outside. And you can see Team Kawasaki down there hanging out, watching very closely as they've got Jimmy Wilson, the factory rider, coming through right behind Jaden Richardson from that inside. Jaden with the hole shot, and it's going to be Jimmy Wilson. And actually, check that. That was Tanawin Mo Lee with the hole shot. Jaden Richardson was in 3rd, and now he's side to side with Jimmy Wilson. Jimmy had 2nd, and Richardson was pouring on the gas from that outside. Richardson right in the money. So it is going to be, again, a recap. Tanawin Mo Lee with the hole shot. Richardson moved up into 2nd. Wilson in 3rd. Check it. Wilson got back into 2nd. Man, that was a duel. That was a flat-out duel between the two, back and forth. So Wilson got 2nd. And Richardson 3rd as we get underway. What a cool replay. Look at this. It was actually Richardson back in 2nd, and then Wilson just relentless. And as they come to that next turn, despite the fact that Richardson had the line, Wilson just nailed it, gets around. Wilson, beautiful ride. So once again, your top 3, Tanawin Mo Lee, followed by Jimmy Wilson and Jaden Richardson. Pretty sure Siri Solonen is up in the 7th place spot, so we're going to call a hole shot to Siri. Right behind her, River Varner, and then Sophie Francis and Kevin Redderer. What happened? I know that boat was having a hard time. Look at Richardson on the prowl, coming from that outside split, continuing the pursuit of your factory Kawasaki rider, Jimmy Wilson. Jimmy Wilson riding for the U.S., lives in Charlotte, North Carolina, 2-time amateur world champion, a 7-time pro ski national champ, an endurance champion, and 4-time he's been top 3 in pro ski and Havasu. He is no stranger to a podium, and he certainly does know how to handle a boat. Generally, you'll see him out riding in board shorts if it's warm, but it's cool enough today that he's working a wetsuit. Normally, if he gets a chance, Jimmy Wilson will be racing in board shorts. Sort of a signature move for the gentleman that hails out of the southern part of the United States. And you see the battle here between Jimmy Wilson and Jaden Richardson. 1.91 seconds is all that separates Jimmy Wilson from Jaden Richardson. These top 3 very close in time. Wilson goes to the inside. Jaden going to go to the outside split. 4 seconds separating Jaden from Tanawin Molee. And Wilson scooting through that inside. Really a beautiful slalom run from the inside split. I have not seen any mistakes on that inside from it, but Richardson's got a lot of momentum coming out. He takes a quick look over to see where Wilson is. Let's grab some times and see what the clock tells us, and that is too close for comfort. Look at Wilson pushing, and Richardson trying to overtake on that front stretch. Wilson going to push wide. Signature move for Wilson, trying to shut the door on Richardson, and he pulls it off on lap number 3. Let's take a look at these times. Tanawin Molee with a 1:44.605. Wilson with a 1:46.454. Richardson with a 1:45.852. Sebastian Girello is in 4th. River Varner has moved up into 5th. Solonen in 6th, and Marlon Teek in 7th. That battle not even near done. And look how close Richardson is. And he pops to the outside trying to get some clean water. So the idea here, you can see all the aerated water coming out of the back of that boat. That's churned up from those props, the impeller, adding oxygen to it. Feels like a bit of a slick condition. So the riders, if they really, really want to stay at top speeds, they will work outside or inside of that pump wash. Richardson goes to the inside. Wilson shaking it up. He's going to take that line away from Richardson, who'd been running the outside split. Let's see if Richardson converts that into a second. You can see Mike, that is Harley Ritchie's dad, up in the tower, or excuse me, in the stands, watching very quietly to see how Harley Ritchie does. Meanwhile, Wilson coming from the outside. Richardson on the inside, and Richardson's got the line and pulls in faster. So what would have been a good defensive strategy got turned as far as the tables. Tables turned. Jaden Richardson moves into 2nd. Hello, Team Kawasaki. Again, your top 3, Tanawin Molee, followed by Jaden Richardson and Jimmy Wilson. Girello in 4th. Here's your instant replay from that front stretch on lap number 4, and Richardson comes from that inside split. He had been working the outside. Wilson thought he would take that line away from him, and didn't work. He converted into a 2nd place. Beautiful move for Jaden Richardson. By the way, the lap times. Tanawin Molee with a 1:43.757. Richardson on lap 4 with a 1:44.368. Jimmy Wilson with a 1:45.840. And Kevin Redderer is moving up in the pack. He's in 5th. Oh no, Tanawin Molee with a little bobble. And that is going to be not helpful as Jaden Richardson from that inside. That could be another conversion into a win. And moving into a leadership position for Jaden Richardson. He comes to the inside. He has had a solid run through that inside split. And now Tanawin Molee is going to have to deal with Jaden Richardson. And that was close. Tanawin Molee smartly even though that slight bobble moves over and takes the line away from Jaden Richardson. What I mean by that is, again, he moves over and he makes sure he's got that pump wash right in Jaden Richardson's way. That's sort of a pro rider sneak. Jaden Richardson, undeterred at all. What a relentless run here in Pro Ski Grand Prix as you watch your top two. Tanawin Moli in Pro Ski is leading. That last lap time was a 1:4.3757. But Jaden Richardson's last lap time was a 1:4.1, guys. So Tanawin Moli had a 1:4.3. Richardson gained 2 seconds on him. Jimmy Wilson with a 1:4.8 on this last lap. Girello with a 1:5.02.42 is in fourth. Rederer with a 1:4.2.234 in fifth. Marlon Teak with a 1:5.1 is in sixth. And Harley Ritchie up in seventh with a 1:5.0838. River Varner in eighth with a 2:01.103. And we're back in the splits. Richardson to this inside. And Tanawin Moli, wow, that is a nice turn two. Richardson's very slick in turn three. Another clean turn off of those doubles. And Richardson's got the nose on him, and it's going to be Richardson, your new leader. Took 5 laps, but he did it. Jaden Richardson moved up into the lead. Great move from Richardson on the inside. 16 years old. And a happy birthday, I think, to Jaden Richardson. What I'm looking at on the sheet says he's turning 17 tomorrow, but Mom, I might be wrong. So I'm waiting for updated sheets from Mom, who said she'll help me out. That was your instant replay on that pass for Jaden Richardson, as he overtook from the inside split in Tanawin Moli. Richardson, your new leader. Tanawin in second. Jimmy Wilson in third. Girello fourth. Rederer up in fifth. From dead last, I think, to fifth for Rederer. Jared Martin says, having Jaden behind you is like having a tiger on your tail. That is a great way to describe that. Siri hole-shotted, but River got around Siri Solonen, so River is leading in the women's division. And there's your fourth place, Sebastian Girello, who hails out of Lake Havasu City, Arizona. His dad, Christoph Girello, the gentleman who founded Go Fast. Chris Girello built his son's boat, and Sebastian already has 4 world titles and 4-time West Coast champion. And I do believe that is Kevin Rederer on borrowed property. It is Kevin Rederer. So Kevin Rederer back in that 5th place spot. And Matt Barber, yes, Jaden, Seb, and River are teammates. Jared Martin, take it away, Jaden. This is a 15-minute moto and 1 lap. So Kevin from 10th to 5th. Unbelievable. And he is still in that 5th place, and we'll get a time for him in just a second. Marlon Teak is in 6th. That's Marlon on boat number 71. And Harley Ritchie, you could just see Harley Ritchie on that left-hand side of the screen. Harley up in 7th, Varner in 8th. River Varner is leading in the women's division. Francis in 2nd, and Siri Solonen in 3rd. You're watching Pro Ski GP and the Pro Women's, and there's a great picture of Harley Ritchie. Harley Ritchie, who's hunting at the moment. Harley Ritchie, 17 years old as well, out of Malaga, Spain, works with his dad at the gym, wants to win a world title, European, and a King's Cup title. That is Siri Salonen, who is third in the women's division. And Jaden Richardson, your race leader. Let's take a look at Jaden's time. We've got 13 minutes on the clock, so no white flag for a few. And Jimmy Wilson gets around Molee. So Wilson up in second. So you've got another change. Jaden Richardson leading. Jimmy Wilson in second. Tanawin Molee in third. Torello in fourth. Redderer in fifth. Harley Ritchie got around Marlon Teak. He's in sixth. And I believe that is Sophie Francis putting the hammer on Siri Salonen. And Sophie gets around Siri. Sophie Francis now up in second. River Varner leading. There's Jimmy Wilson. Actually, check that. That was Jimmy, not Sophie. My apologies. Your second place rider, Jimmy Wilson, going through that inside. Jimmy Wilson onto the front stretch, and Wilson has a 12-second gap between him and Jaden Richardson. And there is Tanawin Molee, your third place rider. Tanawin Molee, nickname 6, out of Padia. Been training a ton with Kevin Redder and the Flamingo team. And that race number 4 is the same race number as his dad, Chocolate. What a story for Jaden Richardson. Wow, Redder's moved up into 4th. Good grief. From 10th to 4th for Kevin Redder. What a charge. So Kevin Redder has moved up into 4th. Again, Richardson, leader. Wilson, second. Tanawin Molee, third. And Kevin Redder up in 4th. Torello in 5th. Harley Ritchie in 6th. Marlon Teak in 7th. And River Varner right behind Marlon Teak. She's your first place rider for the women's division, followed by Siri Salonen and Sophie Francis. And there's Jaden Richardson. And let's take a look. We're at 14:59. Checkered flag drops for Jaden Richardson. Wow, what a spectacular ride for the young man out of Australia. Okay, and Mom, please confirm, is his birthday tomorrow? I want to know. Inquiring minds. All right, coming through next is going to be Jimmy Wilson. And then Kevin Redder right in this, right after T4. Redder got around Tanawin Molee for 3rd on that final lap. So here again, changes almost every single lap in that top 3. Here's how it finally shook out. Richardson took the win. Jimmy Wilson in 2nd. And it's going to be Kevin Redder for 3rd. And Tanawin Molee for 4th. Torello for 5th. River Varner taking the win in your women's division. And we are on to Pro Runabout Grand Prix. Down on the line with Pro Runabout GP. Georgi Kasha with pole position on the inside. In fact, all three of your top guys are on that inside. Georgi Kasha, Skinny Mo, and Albaz. And Matthias Seaman. As we get ready to go, Georgi Kasha, who took a second place in Moto 1 and took the win in Moto 2, is on the top of the leaderboard at the moment with 113 points. This is going to be close, though. Let's take a look at our rundown there as we take a look. That is the outside split. James Bushell on the outside. Right next to him, boat number 117. I believe that's Rashid Aldawas. Boat number 21 is Steve Sarnan. And boat number 11, the pole position on the outside, is Walid Al-Shoshani. On your inside, the lineup goes like this. Matthias Seaman on the outside portion of the inside split. And next to him, going to be Mohamed El-Baz on the inside. Skinny Mo is second to the pole on the inside. Georgi Kasha will have your pole position on the inside split. That, ladies and gentlemen, is your lineup as we get ready to go. Again, Georgi Kasha leading with 113 points, and we got the engines up. Great start from James Bushell and Skinny Mo. James Bushell was on the outside, and Skinny Mo was lined up right in the crunch of top riders on that inside split. And man, it's looking ominous over the top of the tree line over on that horizon, as we are going to be fighting some weather today. Wow, what a good shot. That is a beautiful start for Skinny Mo, but over 66. One of the legends out of Kuwait. On the outside, it's going to be boat number 158. That is James Bushell riding for the UK. So Kuwait's going to match it up with the US on that front stretch. Or excuse me, with the UK on that front stretch. Skinny Mo wasted no time. He's going to get the whole shot. He's had the fastest track time for the entire week. Goes to Skinny Mo. With a 1-2-0. Matthias Seaman in third, Kasha in fourth. Walid Al-Shoshani in fifth. Aldawas in sixth. Sarnan in seventh. Albaz in eighth. That's unusual. See what happens. Albaz off his boat yesterday in a freakish turn of events. Went right off the boat in the backstretch, and it was just really weird how that happened. Nobody around him, and I don't know if it just was a steering cable that popped or something, but man, he just launched off that boat. Right now, you're watching the final moto, and again, your points leader, Georgi Kasha, Skinny Mo in second with 96 points. He is tied with Walid Al-Shoshani with 96 points, and Mohamed El-Baz has 93. It is anybody's game for these top four riders. James Bushell has 82 points coming into this final moto. He, too, has a good shot at this overall. And there is James Bushell on the inside. You can see Skinny Mo coming through. Bushell under fire for Matthias Seaman, the young gun from Estonia. And wow, Matthias just smoked him through that whole portion of the front stretch. And Seaman, just like that, moved into second. So again, your top three, Skinny Mo, Matthias Seaman, and James Bushell. Matthias, by the way, is back in seventh in points with 63 points. Never count him out, though. So Matthias stealing points at the moment. Skinny Mo with a 1-3-2, 1-3-2. You can see the different teams up there from Qatar, Kuwait. Watching very quietly to see how their riders are doing. But Skinny Mo has got the grip on the lead for this final moto. We're on lap number 2. We've already got a About 3 minutes on the clock. This is going to be a big one, though. 17 minutes plus 1 lap. And Skinny Mo going to the outside. And I bet that onboard camera will be a lot of fun to watch. Matty Seaman going to go to the inside split. Matty has just moved up into the pro division this past year. And he's always wanted to take a pro title in the pro runabout class, and he's got an opportunity to do it. As he comes around, we'll get some more times. A Bushel under fire from the inside. And that was Waleed Al-Shashani that was putting pressure on Bushel. Skinny Mo with a 1:32. Still don't have an updated time on him, but Matty Seaman has a 1:33.346. Bushel with a 1:37.287. Waleed Al-Shashani, though, with a 1:33.1. Waleed El-Sharshani quite a bit quicker through that lap number 3. So heads up, all the fans from Qatar in the stands. Waleed had a 1:33 on that lap, equal to Matty Seaman. Second fastest time on the track goes to the gentleman from Qatar, Waleed El-Sharshani, for lap number 3. Going to have to keep an eye. And I don't know if, let me just take a look and see if Albaz was able to start. I don't think so. I don't think Albaz actually made it to the line. Oh, what a heartbreak. I'll see if I could get a confirmation, but I don't see him. And I don't see the timing on him. Mariana saying go Kasha. Siri saying go, yep, and very clever ride, yeah. Mo, quick update. He now has 26 world titles and 3 Guinness World Records. There's your 4th place rider with that second fastest time, and he's hunting. James Bushel. You can see the fans watching very close as Waleed El-Sharshani. Hey! Photo stick around from Thailand. Great to have you here. Let's take a look at the times. Waleed still in 4th. Matthias Seaman with a 1:30.974 for lap 4. James Bushel with a 1:33.191. Waleed El-Sharshani just a smidge off of this pace on lap 4 with a 1:35.591. Aldawas with a 1:34.207 on lap 4. And working our way down the rundown here. Skinny Mo leading, Matty Seaman 2nd, James Bushel still 3rd, Waleed El-Sharshani still 4th, Rashid Aldawas 5th, Sarnan 6th, Kaja is in 7th. Very tough visibility for these guys. Incredibly flat light. That light makes it really hard to see both the buoys and the water conditions. So these guys are fighting dual challenges. And then on top of that, they've got to keep these boats running and keep them together. You're on this final moto. And look at Waleed whip through the inside split. Impressive run. Still in 4th. But continuing to put a stranglehold on James Bushel, trying to get around him. There's Aldawas hitting the front stretch with the 5th place for Aldawas. We've got 7 minutes on the clock right now for Skinny Mo. 7:77 of a 17-minute moto. Again, 26 titles, 3 Guinness World Records for Skinny Mo out of Kuwait. It's one of the most decorated Middle Eastern jet ski champion. He took a silver in the Asian Beach Games back in 2010. Said he loves all kinds of motorsports, and oh, that's a heartbreaker. Georgi Kasha, I was wondering about that. He was back in the back of the pack. So Georgi Kasha out of it with boat challenges. That has been plaguing him. And there is Matthias Seaman, your second place rider, who had a beautiful pass on Bushel on lap number 3. Meanwhile, Skinny Mo. We got 8.5 minutes on the clock. Skinny Mo is sponsored by Pro Rider Garage Kuwait. The gentleman that is leading has said his sports goal is to deliver positive messages to the community, and man, those stands got stacked. And if you are standing on the rail, if you could do us the utmost honor and please move off that rail and take a seat on the grandstands, we would sure appreciate it. Bernard Singlo, let's go Team Philippines. Hervé Rusma, go Matthias. Again, if you are watching on the live stream as well as watching in live or just watching on the live stream, do send in your questions, comments, let us know who you're rooting for. Let us know what you'd like to know about the sport as we watch our race leader continue to kick down the different laps. We're 10 minutes into a 17-minute moto, and it is Burbaya, Skinny Mo, who is leading, followed by Matthias Seaman. Oh, boy. And our timing just needed to update. Will James steal that spot back from Matthias Seaman? He is getting closer. Bushel with the 1:35.799 for lap 7. Seaman with the 1:31.688. Bushel's 4.41 seconds off the pace. Look how close Seaman is to Skinny Mo. Look at the challenges between the top 3 riders, all incredibly close together. Matthias Seaman on this back stretch is right on top of Skinny Mo. So a gentleman that just moved up into this division. His first win was 9 years old. He's already a 4-time European champion. And he is putting the pressure on one of Kuwait's best. Skinny Mo goes to the outside. Matthias Seaman goes to the inside. Bushel also following following Bushel to the outside. Matthias on that inside split, and he is really running fast through the inside. Double buoys to the front stretch. Burbaya continuing to hold that, but it is too close for comfort. And Bushel coming out of there hot as well. Top 4 riders all within 5 seconds of each other. And the lap time for Matthias Seaman with 1:34.393. Bushel with the 1:32.664. Waleed Al-Shasharni with the 1:35.831. We've got 11.46. And Rashid Aldawas with the 1:36.49 up in 5th. Boat number 21, that is a Sarnen in your 6th place spot. And back to the 2 battles that you're seeing. There's 2 sets of battles happening. This one's Skinny Mo and Matthias Seaman, and Matthias within 3 seconds now of Skinny Mo. Taking the turn, and let's see if he goes to the outside. He does. Matthias is going to run for that inside once again. Bushel goes to the outside, following Skinny Mo. Repeat of that last lap. Skinny Mo looking so solid. Another rider that rides really relaxed. Look at the way his head bobs and his shoulders stay dropped and really low, but the elbows are wide out, and that allows him to turn very quickly, maintain his balance, and keep that boat hooked up. And Skinny Mo opened up another gap here, a little bigger gap on this last lap. Tell you the gap that got tighter, though. That was between James Bushell and Waleed Al-Shoshani. Seaman with the 1:35.876. James Bushell with the 1:35.995. But, guys, Waleed Al-Shoshani on lap 9 had a 1:33.91. Fastest lap time on lap number 9 goes to Waleed Al-Shoshani. The gentleman riding in 4th. Rashid Alderas. Oh, Rashid Alderas, also super fast lap time, a 1:31. Actually, that is your fastest lap time. For lap 9 goes to Rashid, who's in 5th. Waleed Al-Shoshani has the second fastest lap time for lap 9 with the 1:33. So keeping it interesting mid-pack as your riders running super quick times. Meanwhile, Skinny Mo playing smart, playing defense. He's watched this young gun right behind him from Estonia, Matty Seaman, on every lap. You can see Skinny Mo has been eyeballing him, making sure he knows where he is. And Matty Seaman goes to the inside split again. That strategy has been paying off for him. See if he can get a little bit closer to Skinny Mo. We've still got a few more minutes left, 13:20 so far. Let's see where we are on the clock as they come to the front stretch. Again, boat 66 on the outside, boat 71 on the inside. That's Skinny Mo from Kuwait on the outside, hitting the front stretch. Matty Seaman from the inside, and James Bushell running from the outside as well. Jade, who's our third place rider. So countries represented are going to be boat number 66 from Kuwait. Estonia will be in second, and the rider from the UK will be in third, James Bushell. Rider from Qatar will be in 4th. That's Waleed Al-Shoshani. We're on lap number 10, 14.54236 is on the clock. Oh, Skinny Mo just tapped the MasterCard buoy. Didn't affect him. He didn't jump over it, so it's not going to count against him. But those kind of things make you think. Don't want to be digging into these buoys. If he goes over the top of that buoy, that would be a penalty. And unfortunately, on the MasterCard buoy, he would not be able to make that up. He did not do that, however. He just tapped the side of it. No worries for your race leader, Skinny Mo, as he comes through. We are on lap number 11. We got 16 and a half minutes into the clock. Oh, we do get the white flag. So at the 16 and a half minute mark, we are getting the white flag. Perfect. So Skinny Mo's got the white flag. Matty Seaman in second. James Bushell still third. Waleed Al-Shoshani, your 13-time Qatar champion, in 4th. Skinny Mo being very relaxed. All that upper body is real typical of him. You can watch him on this live stream. His head has a tendency to bob up and down like that. He's just keeping the neck loose. He's trying to keep all of his muscles as loose and relaxed as possible. That really does translate for Skinny Mo into an optimal ride. Very different from Matty Seaman, who rides a bit more upright and a bit more... and not stiff necessarily, but he's a bit more focused. You can actually see from this inside split. James Bushell also choosing on this final lap to go to the outside. And as he makes a final couple of turns, congratulations goes to Mohamed Burabaya taking the win. Skinny Mo takes the win in moto number 3. And that is going to be plenty of points for him to take the overall on the Jet Tribe Eurofinals 2024. Once again, congratulations, Skinny Mo taking the win. Got to be Matty Seaman in second. James Bushell in third. Waleed Al-Shoshani. In fourth, Rashid Aldawas in fifth, and we're on to Vetsky. This is our schedule for today. Veteran Ski GP coming up, followed by Novice Run about 1100 stock. Down on the line, Vet Ski. Okay, we got boat number 11 on the outside. That's Bogdan Suhetsky. Also on that outside, we've got boat number 9, Olaf Stern. On the inside split, we've got the 117. I actually don't have a number that correlates with that on my sheet, so I'll get you the update. On the pole position on that inside is going to be boat number 79, Jonathan Fan. Oh, you know what? I think that's a Sergei Aleksenko. We'll get you the confirmation in just one moment. I'm just updating my sheets, and then we will get you that lineup. And we are just about to get underway. Here again, the lineup on that outside. Bogdan Suhetsky. Right next to him, boat number 9, Olaf Stern. Then there's boat number 245. That's Michelle Vachard. Boat number 113, also on the outside, Sergei Aleksenko. And boat number 9, looks like a 79. That's actually 81 on the pole position on the outside, and that's Anthony Dean. And then on this inside, Tony Heiskanen on the 117 boat. Right next to him, boat number 328, Maddie Ott-Rainis. And boat number 99, Valerie Doha. Boat number 224, Philip Dufad. And boat number 79 is going to be Jonathan Fan. There is your lineup. Let's talk about points. Anthony Dean comes into this with a win in Moto 1 and a third-place finish in Moto 2. He's got 108 points. Sergei Aleksenko with a spectacular run yesterday. He's good second, but he is tied with Jonathan Fan. And speaking of that second moto, Anthony Dean with a whole shot in the best lap time with a 1:38.260. Anthony had a tight lead of only 1.3 seconds over second place, Sergei Aleksenko, who went from third all the way to first after taking the lead from Anthony in lap 5. John Fan also made a great pass all the way from fourth to second on the final 2 laps. Sergei won the moto, followed by John Fan and Anthony Dean. Currently, Sergei, John, and Philip Dufad are tied in points, and we have almost 5 contenders for the podium as we get ready for moto number 3. 14 minutes plus 1 lap, and already the live stream is lighting up for Dino, Anthony Dean. And as promised, the win is showing up full force today. You can see those banners starting to curve a little bit sideways up and over the grandstand. Laura Ann Smith, come on, Dino. She says, you got this. We've got weather that we are going to be fighting a little bit today. Anthony Dean, the gentleman down on the line that's currently your points leader, 53 years fast out of Stamford, UK. First race was 1984. What were you, Anthony? Like 2 on that or what? All right, we can't wait to see the start here as we get ready to go. It's a pretty shot, the WGP1 WaterJet World Grand Prix World Series. And you can actually see the rounds that we're going to be doing today, this whole year, up on those flags as well. I see the Dubai police in the house. Thank you guys for being here. Big sponsors for the UAE team this year. And even just taking a look out over the countryside in the middle portion of Poland, you could see how much the wind is affecting even the tree line. And the way it's coming out over the front of the lake, it's actually flattening the water. But you can expect these conditions to be pretty fluid throughout the day. We're expecting over 800 million viewers. All right, you guys, as we get ready to go, we're just doing a quick course adjustment. I will be right back.
I have a relationship in Thailand. It's the love for the people, for the food, the beautiful nature, and the places. I've cultivated a beautiful relationship in Thailand.
Presented by Freedom Racing. Powered by Jet Tribe. Presented by Freedom Racing.
Official partner, Sport Authority of Thailand.
National Sport Development Funds.
Welcome to our proudest moment. Tumbling through every single detail. Unveiling pristine odysseys ahead. Crafting each element for globe-trotting. Embarking for the sky. Your magical journey redefined. Thai, smooth as silk.
Welcome back to the Jet Tribe Euro Finals 2024 World Series, Round 1. You're watching the adjustment of these buoys as we get ready to go with Veteran Ski GP, but the wind and the waves have been having an impact on us here. We want to make sure the buoys are all situated and even, so that's what we're doing. Doing a quick adjustment while the riders get to enjoy the lovely view out over this beautiful 45-kilometer lake. One of the biggest lakes in the middle of Poland. It is a huge source for all of the agricultural crops that are in this area. Harley, good job today, bud. I saw you making a bunch of passes. Harley Ritchie up in the stands. I like how the camera keeps sneaking up on these guys. You see that big Can-Am down there on the beach. Thanks so much to our local sponsors. All right, you guys, we are still waiting. I got Scott Fraser over here giving me a hard time. I should drag him up on a microphone again. Scott, come back here, buddy. I'm putting you to work. I see Andrew Hubert Laurie's team in the house. We've got the camera on them. Hey, how are you guys doing today? I'm in the media tent hanging out in the only place that's got a little bit of cover. Scott, how you doing today, sir?
Good morning, Don. I am wonderful, especially because I love seeing weather conditions like this surprise people. A lot of these guys that thought it was going to be a cakewalk today are going to have to work a little bit harder, and that makes racing fun.
You are an evil man, and I love that. You know what is cool? When they get these big waves, it does definitely shake it up, and talent and the riders that have really been working on those skills and also been practicing in the rougher water, they really get an opportunity to shine.
You know, cross-training is important because it is true that you really have to be at your athletic best to be able to handle these very top watercraft at these speeds they're going now. But you better be practicing versatile environments or else your muscle memory is, oh, I don't recall bending that way when we train.
Yeah, I don't recall doing the splits in training, and I'm doing them right now. We're down here watching. That's Philip Dufond, actually, that you see on the camera at the moment, talking with some of his teammates. Philip Dufond, who is currently right in the points. Philip Dufond from France is tied with 96 points. In fact, there is a three-way tie between him and Sergei Alasenko, Jonathan Fan, and Philip Dufond, and I just heard the engines fire up. We're ready to get going. Anthony Dean lined up on the pole position on the outside. Sergei Alasenko got a little bit early, but I don't know if they're going to call it. You're just going to let him penalize. They're going to let it go. That was penalty enough because he had to pull that boat back. Oh, they did red flag it. All right, I lied.
It is us who are penalized when you jump the start. All of us sitting watching, it is us who are truly penalized.
Hey, well, the good news, you only get penalized twice. So they're only going to hold him back twice, and if they have to hold him again, what they'll do is if you get your third red flag, they're not even going to stop the race, Scott. I love that new rule where they actually just let them go on and they dock them a lap.
I've been out there, and, man, your adrenaline is pumping, your heart's going, and that start happens, and you zoom out of there, and you're ready to go, and especially if you're in a leading position and you see that red flag come out, it's the most angering thing you could ever experience until you manage the race event and you realize that you just wasted like 10 minutes of run time with an ambulance charging by the hour and your staff wanting to be paid. That makes you a wee bit angrier.
All different perspectives, but well said, Mr. Frazier. All right, we're going to re-rack these guys. Scott's got a ton to do today. He's going to scoot away, but thank you so much. The president of the IJSBA just jumping in the media tent. We're going to get one back down on the line. Unfortunately, I do believe Sergei Alasenko will be docked, and he will have to start with a dead engine, hand over his head, and his lanyard will be pulled. Oh, that was a wicked start for boat number 328. That's Ott Reynes, Mattias Reynes' son. Dad. Oh, my gosh. I can't believe I just said that. Matty Reynes' dad, Ott Reynes, with a good start on that outside split. Nobody tell him that just came out of my mouth. All right, we are underway with Vet Ski GP. I know I'm going to catch it. Hey, Peter Bogdo, it's good to see you. Lisa Bone. Come on, Aunt, you've got this. Much love from the girls. Rylan Webster, hey, good to have you. Let's go, Dino. On that inside, just trying to get a look. I think it was boat 79. And looks like 81 on the outside. Oh, no, Jonathan Fan went down. He actually had the whole shot, and he lost 2 positions. And that's going to shake it up. Alasenko right back up in second place despite that rough start. I do believe it's going to be Dino with the whole shot, followed by Sergei Alasenko. Great recovery after a dead engine start. Impressive. 14 minutes plus 1 lap, and it's Anthony Dean with the whole shot. Sergei Alasenko in second, Philippe Dufond in third. And here's your instant replay. He had the whole shot on the inside. This is Jonathan Fan, and that boat just unhooked on turn number 4. And unfortunately, I put him right in the strike zone. The other rider's able to get around him without any incidents, but that was a close call for Jonathan Fan. Michelle Vachard is up in 4th. John Fan, despite the spin dip rinse, is in 5th. Impressive recovery for John Fan. Again, your top 5, Anthony Dean with a hole shot, Sergey Alasenko second, Philip Dufod in third. Boat number 245 of Michelle Vichard is in fourth, and boat 79, John Fan, rounding out your top 5 as we get underway. This is lap number 1 for Vet Ski GP. And Sergey Alasenko. Story of the day, despite a dead engine start, he rocked the heck out of that and got up into second. That is not an easy thing to do when you are literally watching everybody else go by you on that starting line. That's the 1-1-3 on the inside split, and he's going to meet up with Anthony Dean, and from dead last to second, and now he's putting the pressure on the leader. You're watching Sergey Alasenko. Let's take a look at our lap times, a 1:50. Whoa, Philip Dufond and Jonathan Fan getting around Philip Dufond. So John went from 5th to 3rd. I don't know what you had for breakfast, sir, but that's impressive. Jonathan Fan has moved up into 3rd from 5th. Man, nothing like riding hangry, buddy. I don't know who puts what you got for breakfast, but I think you need to share. Here's the times. We got a 1:50 for Alasenko, 7:33. You can see the reactions of the fans here. And Jonathan Fan with a 1:50.430. Dean's time was a 1:49.462 on lap number 1. Dufond with a 1:56.39. Alasenko putting pressure on Anthony Dean. And Jonathan Fan right there. There is your top 3. Anthony Dean, Sergey Alasenko going to the inside in second, and Jonathan Fan on the outside will be going to third. He's in third, going to the outside. I got that backwards. Anthony playing smart, and you can see those waves getting bigger and bigger on these split sections. He's going to have to watch to make sure none of those waves go up and over the hood of that boat. Sergey Alasenko riding much more aggressively on the inside. Anthony Dean, deceptive. He's fast but quiet. Sergey Alasenko from that inside split with that quick run to the inside overtakes and gets into the lead. Anthony Dean in second. John Fan going to see if he can take advantage, and he does. Jonathan Fan, just like that, gets into second. Anthony Dean rallies, pulls back into the second place. John Fan not done, side by side on this right-hand side of the track, and Jonathan Fan nails the second, then back into third. These guys are switching positions. There's been 5 switches on the right-hand side. Once again, Anthony Dean moves into the second place spot. I would expect that race is not near over, however. And Jonathan Fan does validate my comment as he just pushes back into second off of the backstretch right as they come into that elbow turn. Jonathan Fan is your new second place rider. So again, Sergey Alasenko winning, John Fan in second, and my gosh, super impressive. Dino is going to be back in third. Sergey Alasenko, Jonathan Fan, and Anthony Dean, your top 3. You can tell where the tie is. Sergey's got 96 points, Jonathan Fan has 96 points, and Philippe Dufond have 96 points. These guys have been gunning. Sergey Alasenko just subbed slightly on that outside split. Sergey Alasenko. He is 40 years old, but man, you would never guess. Riding like he's 20 out there. Jonathan Fan encountering a bit of super subbing too on the outside. That outside, incredibly rough. So both your top 2 riders, actually top 3 riders, all went outside. Top 4 went outside. And there is Philippe Dufond putting some pressure on boat 245. That's Michelle Vichard and Philippe Dufond. in fourth, Bouchard in fifth. Great picture of Michelle. All right, you are watching Philippe Dufond. There's Nico Shaman, who just had a wonderful win or second place in Moto 2 in endurance, got second. He's going to end up with a podium this evening. Beautiful job for the gentleman out of Reunion Island. I don't know if you guys got a chance to watch that earlier, but man, that was fun. Sergey Alasenko. You're watching this battle between Anthony Dean and Philippe Dufond. Philippe Dufond just subbed slightly. He's on the 224. Anthony Dean on the 81 boat. Anthony Dean in third. Whoa, Dufond smoking by him on this backstretch. And as they come into the MasterCard buoy, I think Dufond was actually trying to push Dino off of that outside split. And Dino, I think he was pulling his goggles off. So Dino dropped down on the tray. Philippe Dufond is moved up into third place. Anthony Dino in fourth. Or Anthony Dean. Call him Dino is a nickname. I got that from you guys on the live stream because you keep shouting out for Dino, which I love. All right, let's take a look at times. 150.733, Sergey Alasenko. 148.754 for John Fan on lap 5. We got 8.5 minutes on the clock. A 148.754. Philippe Dufond had a 2 flat, and Anthony Dean had a 2:10 on lap 5. Anthony Dean taking this turn from the right-hand side of the track into a series of complicated turns on the right. Then they have a brief backstretch, an elbow 180 turn on the backstretch as well. Sergey Alasenko on the inside, Jonathan Fan, outside split. Sergey, your race leader. That was a pretty smart strategy. I think the inside split was looking a little quieter. But the outside looked faster. Look at Jonathan Fan teaming up. And, man, as they met on the front stretch, Fan moved right on over, stole the line, and took the lead. Impressive move for Jonathan Fan. Out of that outside, and while it looked like it was smoother on the inside, that was deception. Jonathan Fan made that look way too easy. Beautiful done. Jonathan Fan, 148.712 on lap 6. Alasenko, a 150.733. That tells your story. They were close enough. He was within strike distance and took advantage. We got 10:28 on the clock. Wow, lap number 6. This has just been brutal. Got some fans up in the stands watching. Sergey getting around some lap traffic. Your rider in second on that yellow and orange boat. John Fan, let's see what he does. He's going to stay on the outside. Oh, almost subbed it. Able to skim through. But, yep, you can tell the waves are turning. And that choppy water is creating some havoc. Good rider, though. John Fan cruising through that. No dramas. Staying low in the tray, just keeping that boat stable. He just wants to move through these waves as quickly and quietly as possible. Sergey Alasenko thinks that inside is still quicker. He's going to keep pushing. from the inside. It worked for him yesterday. It's actually how he took over. But today, looking a little bit slower through that section with the rougher water. Take a look at the time. John Fan with a 1:47.980 on lap 7. Alasinka with a 1:50.733. That tells quite a bit of our story. Philip Dufod in third. Anthony Dean in fourth. Michelle Vichard in fifth. Bogdanovas in seventh. Valerie Doha in eighth. Olaf Stern in ninth. And there's Philippe Dufod, the gentleman up in your third place spot. He had a great pass 2 laps ago. And he also is going to choose to take this outside split. Philippe Dufod, 57 years quick. His nickname is Fifi or Rock. He lives in Fontainebleau near Paris. Jeremy Ratouin built his boat. He's sponsored by Vichard TP. And his boat 245. Michelle Vichard. Vichard is in fourth. And Vichard got around Anthony Dean. So trouble for your points leader as he came into this with 108 points. But right now he's back in fifth. We'll get you the point predictions in just a minute. We are on 12 minutes. Now, Dean cannot fall past fifth place or he will lose that podium altogether. Here's how it looks right now. If no change, it'll be Jonathan Fan for the win. Sergey will take second, and Anthony Dean will be in third. What a twist of fate that was, because coming into this, Anthony Dean had the points lead with 108 points. But, man, these vet riders are relentless, wily, smart, and fast, and they completely flipped this podium. If Dean falls back anymore, Dufod will take third. So Philip Dufod did exactly what he needed to do. He got up as quickly as he could into that top three, and now it's left up to fate. And a little help from Michelle Vichard, who moved into fourth, pushing Dino back a little bit more. But Dino has got to hold on to that fifth place spot. He cannot drop back fifth. So I'm sure Laura Ann Smith's heart rate just jumped about 20 beats per minute quicker. Jason Stevens, push hard Dino. So if you guys are cheering for Dino, let us know on the live stream. Send him some love. He cannot go past fifth. If, however, you are rooting for Philip Dufod, send him some love. As that is where the battle is at the moment, between Philippe Dufod and Anthony Dean on who's going to hold this podium. Meanwhile, the gentleman that moved into this lead, after all kinds of dramas, he went down on the start on the inside split. Super sub 3 different times on the outside line, and still pushed that Kawasaki boat up into the lead. Beautiful ride so far for Jonathan Fan. Jonathan out of Orange County, California. Life goals, be faster than Kanamori, and he just pulled off a beautiful win. Congratulations, Jonathan Fan, for not only taking the win, but the European Championship. Wow, wow, and a double wow. And you can see his reaction. Very, very happy with that, as he should be, with that result. It's going to be Sergey Alasinko second. And let's see what happens on this top 5 on who's going to end up final on the podium. Right now, it's Anthony Dean. Philippe Dufod is going to come in third on this final moto, but Anthony Dean is holding the podium for the championship so far.
a tu właśnie kończy się wyścig klasy weteranski GP za chwileczkę. Już ustawieni właściwie na linii startu. Najwyżej klasy nowiec ranował 1100 stok. Polaków tutaj nie mamy, ale można się zbudować młodemu chłopakowi na zielonym złożeniu. To jest Kilian Boy.
All right, so once again, just a confirmation, fan won it all. It has dawned. I have no nails left. Just a little bit of feedback on the live stream. We are on to novice runabout 1100 stock. Ahmed El-Herme with the whole shot in moto number 2 in a lead that spanned 90% of that moto until Angela Ventus, who was only less than 200ths of a second behind El-Herme, took over the lead in the final lap and won the moto. El-Herme came in second, followed by Maddox Rijkaard in this battle. The battle now will be for third place with Mustin, Maddox, and Saman, only within 3 points of each other. All right, there is the recap for moto number 2. Let's take a look down on the line. Podium position on the inside split's going to go Ahmed El-Herme from Bahrain. And boat number 33 is going to have the pole position on the outside. That's Mustan Min from Cambodia. And for those of you guys that were on the live stream, Dino did hold on to 5th place. He should be on the podium. All of this, of course, is Bahrain Tech, and all of these results are unofficial. So again, it will be John Fan, Sergey Alisenko, and Anthony Dean for your top 3 in vet ski. Let's go to this novice runabout 1100 stock. Your points leader is Ahmed El-Herme from Bahrain with 113, super close. Angelo Ventus from the Philippines with 103 points coming into this final moto. Mustin Min with 87 points. Maddox Rijkaard with 84. And Saman Alawade with 83. If that doesn't get you to bite your nails, I don't know what does. Carolina Davis-Q, go Sebastian. Aw, Alino Priscaroo saying, Sebastian Davis-Q, you are the best. David, I hope you got to hear that. Excuse me, Sebastian, I hope you got to hear that. And Petru Priscaroo, Sebastian, we love you, bro. Ernie Alvarado, go 18. So the live stream firing off for novice runabout 1100 stock as we get ready to get underway. Right now, all about Ahmed El-Herme. Some great battles happening in this class. Novice runabout 1100 stock on the line. And we are just about to get underway. Deceptively quiet at the moment. You're watching the Jet Tribe Euro Finals 2024 World Series Round 1. It's going to be 1 of 3. Lake Havasu City, Arizona's up next. Oh, Dean's boat was going down. That was probably part of our problem here. Got an Uber going in, a.k.a. our course marshals. And it sounds like we're getting the boats fired up, ready to go. 8 minutes plus 1 lap for novice runabout 1100 stock. You can see Maddox Rijkaard's nose there, the 66. Good start for Maddox Rijkaard. Oh, and that's a hot mess on the inside. The boat number 18 is Ventus. And boat number 99 is El-Herme. And, whoa, I don't know what's going to happen on the inside. No! Ventus off his boat. Jello off his boat. Crazy start. El-Herme with the hole shot on the inside. So Angelo Ventus, with an unexpected twist of fate, went off his boat. He was in second. Coming into this final round, boat number 33, that's Mustan Min, is going to be the pole on the hole shot on the outside. He's going to meet up with Ahmed El-Herme. Ahmed El Herme and Mustin Mintz. Ooh, that's close. Ahmed El Herme's got the line, but Mustin Min is still on the charge, trying to stuff his nose in. Ahmed El Herme saying, nope, not happening today. Ahmed El Herme with a hole shot. Mustin Min going to be second. And we'll get you the update on boat number 18 if he's able to get back up on the boat and get back in this. But real tough break for Jello. Again, 8 minutes plus a lap for this one. Let's get you the rundown on our riders. Again, Ahmed El Herme from Bahrain is your race leader, and the gentleman took the hole shot. Mustin Min in second. Salman Alawadi will be third. Alexa Milisea will be fourth. There is your top two riders, Ahmed El Herme and Mustin Min. And there is boat number 7. That is Salman Alawadi. Boat number 24 is Alexa Milisea, your fourth place rider. Oh, already a switch up here. Boat number 27 actually hopped up into that fourth place spot. It's Ahmed Al-Hamadi, Ahmed Al-Hamadi from the UAE on boat 37 is in fourth. Ahmed El Hermi from Bahrain, your leader. Okay, again, your top three coming through. That's Salman Alawadi on boat number 7 and third. But Ahmed Al Hermi leading and Mustin Min in second. And this is your battle for fourth. And that is 37 that I've been talking about, going back and forth with 24. That's Ahmed Al Hamadi on the 37 boat. 24 holding him off. But that is not easy. That's Alexis Milisea. Nice defense, Alexis.
Na linii startu w kolejnej klasie powalczy o punkty pierwszej rundy Mistrzostw Świata Skuterów Wodnych Federacji IJSBA.
Ahmed El Herme from Bahrain leading, and that is your points leader as well with 113 points. Mustin Min has got the opportunity now to move in to second overall. He got second out of that gate. Beautiful job for Mustin Min from Cambodia in third. Another rider that is really close in points for the podium, that's Salman Alawadi from the UAE, and he did exactly what he needed to do to pop up on this podium. He's got third right now, and it's going to give him some extra points. Now he's going to need a little help from Fate. In fourth is boat number 24, who's also in this. That's Alexis Milisea from Romania. And then boat number 37, who's a bit of a spoiler. He's back in 10th at the moment, Ahmed Al-Hamadi. And he is in 5th. And you're watching your leaders come through the split section, and it is going to be Ahmed El Herme taking the outside. Mustin Min, inside split. Twinkle Salvesian saying, go Jello. Unfortunately, Twinkle, he is got a little bit back in the pack after a pretty big dismount. There is Mustin Min, your second place rider. Petro, hey, Sebi, your little cousins are here watching you. We're so proud of you. And Alex Kapitoff joined us on the line. Hey, Alex, great to have you. Miss you, bud. All right, the podium unofficially. We're a little early, but the podium unofficially. I'm so glad we're doing it. Ahmed El Herme, Mustin Min, and Angelo will still hold the podium based on where he's at right now. He'll be in third. So Ventus back in 10th. Unofficial. All right, once again, unofficially, I've got Ahmed El Herme with the overall. Mustin Min with second, and Jello unofficial in third. All right, watching the novice runabout stock with this 8-minute moto. Let's see where we are on time. We're at 4, almost 5 minutes. We've just got a couple of laps left to go.
Kolejny polski akcent pierwszej rundy Mistrzostw Świata skuterowanej Federacji odesłał już za chwilę, ale partyzan popłynie w klasie Runabout Limited. Ale partyzan, czyli Pinki, łapy do rozpoznania.
So you got Saman Alawadi running up in the third place spot after a solid start for Salman Alawadi, 23-year-old rider. His first win was a junior division in 2015. He's a 3-time world champion. And right behind him, Alexis Melisea. So Ahmed El Herme. What a outstanding performance. You're watching the novice runabout stock class. Let's take a look at the lap times. El Herme with a, well, I'm not pulling out a lap time for him. Mustang Men for 158.920, his fastest with a 157. That's your second place rider. Saman Alawadi with a 159.340. That happens to be his fastest lap time as well. Oh, there we go. I got one. And Ahmed El Herme with a 159.314 for Ahmed El Herme.
Tymczasem Kilian Boy ciągle na 7. pozycji w klasie nowic runabout 1100. Trzeci finałowy wyścig w tej klasie, jesteśmy na 5. okrążeniu.
You know what? I want to just double check my math here. El Herme for sure podium if he stays where he's at. Mustang Min in second, but the way it stood with Alawadi in that finish, because he was so close, he had the podium unless Angelo moves up 2 spots, and Angelo has to move up 2 of them. He's moved up 1 of them. So Angelo has to move up 1 more spot. So if you are rooting for Angelo, let us know. Light it up on the stream. If you are rooting for Salman Alawadi, let us know and light up the stream with that one. But right now it is a very close battle. And Salman Alawadi has an opportunity at this podium. He's got it unless Angelo Ventus moves up into 8th. He's in 9th. White flag is out for novice runabout 1100 stock. White flag is out. So Angelo has got to move up 1 more. He's in 9th. He needs to get into 8th. He's got 1 lap to do it. Let's take a look down. Ahmed El Herme in the lead. Mustang Min in second. Salman Alawadi in third. Alexis Melisea in fourth. Maddox Reichhardt in fifth. Abdullah Al-Hamadi in 6, Killian Boy in 7, Sebastian David Skew is right up there in 8th, and Ventus in 9th. And Angelo Ventus does move up into 8th. That will get him an opportunity to hold that podium. He'll be in 3rd. What a move on this final lap. Jello has a shot back at this podium. The gentleman that went off his boat on the start. Did the Philippines team just freak out? Philippines, you're back in it. Angelo Ventus has got to hold on to that 8th or move up more. But right now he's got a hot shot at that podium. Ahmed El Herme from Bahrain finishing up the final couple of turns. We're on the final lap for Ahmed El Herme to take it. But Angelo Ventus has got a shot at this podium. And, man, it was looking grim for Philippines before 2 laps ago. He had to overtake 2 riders in order to get a shot back at the podium. On the outside, you've got Ahmed El Herme. On the inside, we've got Mustang Min. Mustang just spun a little bit on that. It's not going to cost him a place. Congratulations to Ahmed Al Herme taking the win and the Jet Tribe Eurofinals Championship in novice runabout 1100 stock. Second place, got to go to Mustan Men. And man, you can see that Philippines team going nuts over this change of fate for Angelo Ventus, who managed to save it. Saman Alawadi is going to round up third in that final moto, but will that be enough? I don't think so. I think it's going to be Angelo Ventus. Now, again, you guys, all of this is unofficial. Don't take that to the bank. You're just listening to the commentator. Beautiful run by Ahmed El Herme. And Angelo Ventos just coming across, and, man, the crowd's going nuts. I see Anton Ignacio down there and the whole team, Joyce. Everybody going crazy. You were watching the excitement of novice runabout 1100 stock. Up next, vet runabout limited. We'll be right back right after this.
I have a relationship in Thailand. It's the love for the people, for the food, the beautiful nature, and the places. I've cultivated a beautiful relationship in Thailand.
Presented by Freedom Racing. Powered by Jet Tribe. Presented by Freedom Racing.
Official partner, Sport Authority of Thailand.
National Sport Development Funds.
Welcome to our proudest moment, tumbling through every single detail, unveiling pristine odysseys ahead, crafting each element for globe-trotting, embarking for the sky. Your magical journey redefined. Thai, smooth as silk.
Welcome back, you guys. We're watching Veteran Runabout Limited, and down on the line, you've got on that outside, boat number 13. That is going to be Christian Horvath on the pole position on the outside. Oh, no. I was just going to talk about him. You're not allowed to do that. Boat number 44. That is Zolt Cheke, who had the points lead, but he's tied with Adapon Kunsa, and he just got himself a red flag. Oh, man. You can see the reaction. Look at him. He's like, wasn't me. Well, we'll see. Anyway, Zolt Cheke is in the lead along with Adapon Kunsa. They both have tied for points. Adapon Kunsa is on the pole position on the inside. Zolt Cheke is on the pole position on the outside. Let's see if he gets docked for that one. Mohamed Mohsen in third with 86 points. Mr. Consistent. He has got over 50 titles to his name. Just insane. One of the most decorated UAE riders of all time. Mohamed Mohsen in third with 86 points. Vargas Keskela, another very fast rider out of Estonia. He's in fourth with 84 points. He's right in the money. Hansi Reichardt from Germany has got 78 points as we get underway. And they did not dock him. It looked like because of the way that start happened, he didn't have to start with a dead engine. That was a real lucky break. Let's see what happens on this start. Remember, Zolt Cheke and Adapon Kunsa are both completely tied for points. So watch your 444 and your 86 boat. Are you as excited as I am? I'm pretty excited. I'm not going to lie. Pretty excited. And there it is, Adapon Kunsa for inside splits. And he's going to have the whole shot on the inside. Exactly what he needed. So he's doing his job. Let's see if Zolt Cheke is doing his job. And as we zoom in, yeah, buddy. Zoltcheke's got the whole shot on the outside. Now, these two gentlemen are going to converge on the front. This would be a good time for you to start putting your bets in. Let's see who's going to get the whole shot, because who gets the whole shot's got a good opportunity to take the overall. And as they hit the front stretch, it is super close. It looks like Zoltcheke is going to have that whole shot, followed by Adepon Kunsa. Woo, that was so close. Man. Just to recap on that, your top two riders coming into that front stretch were both tied for points. Whole shot goes to Zoltcheke. Crazy, crazy timing, right? All right, again, Zoltcheke with the whole shot. Adepon Kunsa in second. That is your race leader.
Szanowni Państwo, proszę o odsunięcie się od barierek. Zajmujemy miejsca na trybunach. Nie stoimy w tych barierkach. Bardzo trudna praca operatorom kamery, a cały obraz transmitowany jest na żywo w tajwańskim Eurosporcie.
Owen Chrysatomo saying good race, Angelo, and Chris Stone saying well done. Changlog from Amsterdam doing some shout outs for Mustan Men, and here is our timing. Oh no! I'm wondering if they did dock. Oh boy. Let me get a confirmation on that one. Once again, our race leader out on the water is Zoltcheke, but I'm showing an interesting phenomenon on the timing. Let me see what happens.
Arek Bartuzel aktualnie jest trzeci.
I'll get you an update in just a second.
Właśnie przesunął się na czwartą pozycję, na trzecią skakuje zaś Markus Kostula. Zoltcheke prowadzi.
So again, your second place rider is Adepon Kunsa, race leader Zoltcheke, but the timing was showing a different story, and I'm just trying to get this updated, and I will let you know. But Zoltcheke, very, very fast, multi-decorated world titleist out of Budapest, Hungary, and he is being hunted out on the water by also very fast rider and also very famous tuner, Adepon Kunsa, a.k.a. Jumbo Tuner. Probably one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. Adepon, who is in second. And super fun, super cool. But your leader from Budapest, he said his favorite place in the world is Miami. Yeah, I kind of believe you, Zolt. I think that'd be my favorite place, too. He's sponsored by Kaja Racing and Jet Tribe. Speaking of Jet Tribe, special thanks to Jet Tribe for being our title sponsor for the 2024 Euro Finals. Zoltcheke, leading veteran runabout limited in this final moto. He's a 10-time European champion. And I am just about to get back on here and see if I can get some times for you. He's a 9-time Hungarian champion, and let's see what the clock is going to show me. All right, everybody, you can breathe. Zoltcheke is officially leading. All right, 139.448 for that last lap. Adepon Kunsa with a 142.915 in second. Marcus Keskela in third with a 144.703. And Bartzel with a 148.359 is in fourth. Vanio is in fifth. Wow. That scared me. I got to tell you, I had to redo my phone because it was showing that Zolt had missed a buoy, but he didn't. Or had it got docked for the start, I mean. But no dramas. No dramas for the mamas. Again, your top three. Zoltcheke, Adepon Kunsa, and Marcus Keskela.
A na czwartej pozycji Arek Bartuzel.
Again, fourth place, Bartzel. Fifth place, Vanio. And sixth place, Reichert. And I'm looking for Mosen. He's back in seventh. And these points are too tight for him to be that far back with Marcus Keskela in third. If that doesn't switch around, the podium will be Zoltcheke taking the win, Adepon Kunsa second, and Keskela, Marcus Keskela will be third, unless Mohammed Mosen can move up. He's currently in 7th, so a tough start for Mohammed Mosen. Now, having said that, if you are voting for Mosen to win, you need to tell me on the live stream. If you are wanting Margus Keskela to win, you also need to tell me on the live stream. Please give us your feedback and interactions. We'd love to have them. But the podium as it stands, Zsolt Cheke, Adepon Kunsa 2nd, and Margus Keskela currently 3rd. Mosen will have to move all the way up into 3rd, so that would be a Cinderella run. Don't count these riders out of these crazy kind of deals, though. Let's just see what happens. But again, if you are voting for Margus Keskela, light us up on this live stream and let me know. If you are voting for Mohammed Mosen, light us up on the live stream. If you want Hansi to get it, light me up. Tell me what you think. Meanwhile, Mosen has to go to work. He's got to get all the way up into 3rd in order to hold on to a podium. Right now, Margus Keskela's got it in his grip. He is in 3rd. You were watching Mosen on the water. That's boat number 44. Mohammed Mosen, one of the most decorated riders of the UAE and also another one of the nicest riders you'll ever meet. What is it about these vet runabout guys? They are just all so darn cool. That's Mohammed Mosen, who is battling like crazy to get back up through this pass. Mohammed Mosen, what a great story for this gentleman. As I had mentioned, he has over 50 world titles. Back in 8th, Christian Panye Horvath. And he just got around him. So now he's got to move. Can Mosen get to 3rd? We're running limited boats, so anything could happen. You're watching vets, which means you have to be over 40. We are watching runabout, which means you got to sit down underneath you. And we are watching limited, which means you're not a fully open boat. You do have limitations on how fast you can make that boat go. And speaking of making it go fast, he looks like he's screaming, and he is. Zsolt Cheke, your race leader and your points leader in veteran runabout. 2nd place. And the gentleman that has been tied with him after these first 2 motos is Adepon Kunsa. And man, did they bring a ton of entertainment in moto number 1 and number 2. They both switched positions, and that was so much fun to watch. Hey, no yawning. I don't think they realized we had the camera on them. So we keep turning the camera over to the stand, so it's pretty fun to catch you guys' reactions. All right, just hanging out on this live stream. Once again, Zsolt Cheke with the lead, Adepon Kunsa in 2nd, and Margus Keskela did exactly what he needed to do. He got 3rd on the start. And let's take a look at the country. It's going to be Hungary, Thailand, and Estonia on the podium, if you are doing a medal count. And if you're just watching for one of your favorite riders, let me know. Give me insight or cool stories. I'd love to hear them. Zsolt Cheke. As much fun as he is having right now, I don't think anything compares to watching his reaction when Mercedes Cheke took her win yesterday. Man, that was cool to see. We're watching Adepon Kunsa. 39 years fast. Oh, I guess it's 35 for runabout. Oh, he just turned 40. That's why. Thank you. 40. His nickname is Oil, by the way. 777 Performance, his company. He was an expert vet champ in 2022. Now you're watching Arkadiusz Bartciel riding for Poland, one of our local products right here in 4th. Not in contention at the moment for a podium, but has been incredibly competitive out on the track. Will hit top 5 if he continues holding on to that spot. He's got an opportunity for a top 5. The Veterans Runabout Limited. If Kunsa takes over, yep, exactly. Patrick Ramet Gajo, Angela Ventos, Team PH, Kurto Patar, go Margus. Hey, Kurtu, thank you. You must have been listening. So Kurtu says he wants Margus to take it. Well, you are, if you're a betting man, I'd put some money down on it, sir, because Margus is in the perfect spot right now. He's in third, and that's all he needed. He's on the number 7 boat, and we'll pick him up in just a minute. No change to the podium so far. Let's take a look at the times for the riders. Zolt Cheke with a 1:45.728. Adipon Kunsa with a 1:45.831. Zolt Cheke's fastest lap time was a 1:39.448, and white flag comes out on lap number 7. White flag for Zolt Cheke. 1:39.448 was his fastest time. Kunz's fastest time was a 1:42.864, and that's who you're watching on screen. Adipon Kunsa, your second place rider, and teed up on this final lap. Well, I don't think Mohamed Mosen's going to get up there and hold on to that third. I'm a betting woman. I would say it's going to be Margus Keskela. What do you guys think? Let me know. We're on race number 8. We've got a huge docket. Look at him just cruising out there. It just looks like he's hanging out on the lake this afternoon. Zolt Cheke. Very focused, riding smart, working the backstretch. Man, those waves have picked up so much on that backstretch. You could tell watching the live stream, look how much the front of that boat is popping out of the water. They've got this boat so finely tuned, it doesn't jump out of the water hardly at all. So when I'm seeing the bottom of that hole, it indicates just how rough that water is. On this final lap, Zolt Cheke is going to go to the outside. Adipon Kunsa, see which direction he goes. Adipon, your second place rider, he's about 10 seconds off of the pace. 9.364. 366 to be exact, ish. Zolt Cheke from Hungary is 4 buoys away from a European championship. Congratulations, Zolt Cheke, for taking the win in Veteran Runabout Limited in Moto3 and the overall. That is your new Euro Finals 2024 champion right here from Poland. He's out of Hungary, and he just nailed a championship. Great job. In second, Adipon Kunsa. And rounding out your top 3 is going to be Margus Keskela. And that is your podium, ladies and gentlemen, Vet Runabout Limited. We are on to Pro Ski Stock next.
Kończy ten wyścig na pozycji 4. Brawo, Pinki! A zwycięzcą 10-krotny mistrz Europy Zolt Cheke. Miejsce drugie Adipon Kunsa, na trzeciej pozycji Margus Keskela, a to wyniki nieoficjalne trzeciego wyścigu klasy Veterans Runabout Limited.
All right, we're on to Pro Ski Stock. This is working our way through these final motos on these classes this afternoon, Jet Tribe Euro Finals 2024. And down on the line, here's the story for you. In Pro Ski Stock, coming into this one with 113 points is Tanawid Mo Lee riding for Thailand. He got a win in Moto 1 and a second in Moto 2. Bernie Gano right behind him with 96 points. Bernie got a second place finish in Moto 1 and a fourth in Moto 2. Marlon Teek is in third in the points. And Tanawid Mo Lee is fourth in the points. Let's do a quick recap of what happened in that second moto. Tanawid Mo Lee with the whole shot, the win for the moto. The battle was absolutely for second with Bernie Gano initially in second, but he was passed by Marlon Teek at the splits in lap 2. Marlon was then overtaken by Tanawid Mo Lee, who went from 5th to 2nd, followed by Marlon in 3rd. Going into Moto 3, the top 3 is still not decided, with Tanawid having a good cushion, but Bernie Gano and Marlon Teek are tied in points in 2nd and 3rd. And how long we got to do for this grueler? 17 minutes plus 1 lap.
17 minut plus jedno okrążenie, czyli klasa Warcki. 100 minut zmagań przed nami, a w składzie kolejny z Polaków, legenda polskich skuterów stojących, które zniknęły nam na wiele lat z kalendarza imprez motorowodnych naszego kraju, czyli Sławek Piękniak. Powraca do ścigania po latach i tutaj startuje w klasie brązki.
All right, you can see boat number 4, T4, that is Tana Nguyen Mo Lee. And by the way, Tana Nguyen has not yet taken a World Series win, but his brother Tana Nguyen did in 2022. Matthias Reynes was your defending world champion, but not in this class this weekend. As we get off on our start, you've got Pro Ski Stock out on the water. 181 was on the outside. That was Bernie Gannot, who is in the hunt for an overall. And boat number 30, Tana Nguyen Mo Lee, is on the inside. Let's see who comes up with a whole shot. Got green flag racing. So a clean start. And as we zoom in for you, it is going to be Tana Nguyen Mo Lee with the whole shot on the inside split. And going to a zoom in on the outside. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Oh my goodness, it's the Thunder Twins coming into the lead. Boat number 4 is your leader on the outside. That's Tana Nguyen. So Choke is looking pretty excited down there as his twins are perfectly positioned for a whole shot. And from that outside, it is going to be boat number 4, Tana Nguyen Mo Lee, who has not yet gotten a championship in this class. He's currently in 4th in points. So Tana Nguyen Mo Lee with the whole shot. And it's going to be his twin brother. They named him Six and Sense because they had a sixth sense they were going to have twins. Tell me that Juanita and Choke don't have a sense of humor. And by the way, if you're wondering who is who, Tana Nguyen is Sense and Tana Nguyen is Six. So right now you're literally watching Six Sense on the water in order. All right, I'm getting out of control here. Everybody's making fun of me too. Let's take a look back a little bit further. It's Steinberg, Carl Joseph Steinberg, up in 3rd on boat 21. And Bernie Gannot in 5th on boat number 181. And Alan Weiss in 5th. And Marlon Teak in 6th. That is how it looks. But there are the twins. Riding for Thailand and Team Flamingo, U.S. Gypsum, Knauf. Hi. Down there on the stands, it's great to see you guys. I think that was Lucy Gadsby we just got a chance to look at. Hey, Lucy. Hope you're doing okay, girl. Miss you. And it is boat number 30, Tana Nguyen on the outside. Your second place rider. There's your third place, Carl Joseph Steinberg. And again, Tana Nguyen on a boat number 30 with the whole shot. Actually, got around Tana Nguyen. And Tana Nguyen have been going at it on that front stretch. And it is still boat number T4 who had the whole shot. Tana Nguyen leading and Tana Nguyen in 2nd. Bernie Gannot, however, went from a pretty miserable 4th, and he wasn't happy with it. So he moved up into 3rd. Marlon Teak moved up into 4th. Lots of flopping. Oh, Teak went down. It was in 5th. All right, so once again, Tana Nguyen Mo Lee in the lead. Tana Nguyen Mo Lee in 2nd. Bernie Gannot, showing on the timing, has moved up into 3rd, and Marlon Teak in 4th. Elaine Weiss in 5th, Luke Thompson in 6th. And just taking a look out over this beautiful backdrop in Ostrów, Poland. And we're watching the Andrew Hubert Laurie team up in the grandstands. We keep doing I Spy in the grandstands. It's really cool. We're watching to see what you guys are up for. The timing is off, so I am going to wait on that. Hi, Bailey Cunningham from Sarah Whitehead Vo. These waves are wicked. Yeah, I'm going to wait for the timing because I think we're a wee bit off. Let's follow what's our live stream is telling us. It is, again, Tana Win Moley leading and Tana Wid in second. Carl Jusip Steinberg third. Marlon Teak back in fifth. Jack Wells, come on, Luke, cheering for Luke Thompson. It's Alain Weiss on the 17 boat, riding for Switzerland. Again, your top two. Tana Wid Moley is second. The gentleman in the bright orange wetsuit is Tana Win. So it's Win and Wid is the only difference between the twins. Tana Wid and Tana Win. And Tana Win is currently winning. Pardon my pun. Very smooth riding through these very difficult conditions. These boats are set up to keep that nose down as much as possible to maintain as much contact to the surface of the water as possible. And what happens when we get into these crazy wave conditions is you really can tell how good your mechanic is to help set up the combination on this boat. There's Carl Jusip. Yep, you can clearly see he is in third, so we'll ignore the timing for right now. Carl Jusip Steinberg in third. Timing, once again, not matching what we were trying to see here. Podium, if it doesn't change, will be Tana Wid Moley for the win, Tana Win for second, and Bertie Gannot will be second. Will be third, excuse me. Tana Wid leading, Tana Win second, Bernie Gannot third. And that'll be the podium if nothing changes. You can see the conditions starting to deteriorate off of that backstretch. That is a very technical section here. Look how much these boats are popping out of the water. Riders are having to drop down low, get the handlebar pole as low as possible. The idea there is to try to create as much stability on these stand-up machines as possible. Again, your top four, Tana Win, Tana Wid is second, Carl Jusip Steinberg third, Bernie Gannot in fourth, Marlon Teak in fifth, and boat number 17, Alan Weiss in sixth.
A za chwilę w akcji po raz kolejny Arek Bartyzel, tym razem w klasie nowic Runabout Stock. Igora Tycla jeszcze zobaczymy w akcji przed przerwą w klasie Runabout Stock.
Julie Dean Thompson saying, come on, Luke Thompson, love from Mum.
Aktualnie na torze Warcki Stock wiedziałem Sławka Pieśniata, numer 19.
Pro Ski Stock, what you're watching. And Tana Win Moley on boat number 4 is leading in moto number 3, but it's going to be Tana Wid on boat number 230 that'll take the overall if he doesn't move from that position right there. But as you guys know, anything can happen. And this is a big moto as well. This is 17 minutes plus a lap. I just got some feedback on the live stream. The timing is having a stroke. I would agree. Having a little bit of challenges with the timing. So again, our camera crews have got us locked in. They've been giving us the top 5 of what's actually happening out on the water, so we got you covered. No worries. Tana Winmoley leading, Tana Witt in second, Carl Jusem Steinberg in third, Bernie Gano in fourth, Marlon Teek in fifth, and Alan Weiss in sixth currently. Let's take a look at the times. Tana Winmoley with a 1:49.58. And Tana Witt with a 1:48.846. Gentleman riding in second. And Steinberg with a 1:47.28. So out of the top 3 riders, Steinberg had the fastest time on lap number 5. 8:12 is on the clock. We're looking at a 17-minute moto, and there's Carl Jusem Steinberg. And we will adjust the laps accordingly as needed to maintain our time on schedule, because we have a very tight schedule. And you are watching the Pro Ski Stock. And Tana Winmoley, nickname 6. That's the same number as his race dad, that T4. There's Bernie Gano, gentleman that is poised for a podium finish. He was tied in second. Him and Marlon Teek were tied, so anything could happen there. Marlon Teek is back in fifth at the moment, and Bernie is in fourth. So Bernie's got to hold on to that spot. He cannot let Marlon Teek, boat 71, get around him. So the drama there, if you will, is going to be between boat 181 and boat 71. And you can see how close they are. We're actually watching them on the live stream. Bernie Gano in fourth, and Marlon Teek in fifth. And there is our race leaders. Boat number 4, Tana Winmoley, just skimming the surface, coming through that first series of turns on the outside split. And he has had really a spectacular week of racing. These twins have been 2 of the real upcoming opportunists in stand-up divisions for getting titles the last several years, and they've created quite a stir in Thailand with all of the great racing that they've been putting on the last several years. You're watching the twins, Moli, from one of the more famous riders coming out of Thailand, Chocolat Moli. And his wife is one of the sweetest people on the planet. Her name is Juanita. And Yuki Francois Kuriashi saying, "Go, Bernie." And if you guys have someone you want to cheer on, you let me know. Tiger 10, it might be Marlon in third. I think it's Carl Jusem Steinberg actually in third on boat 21. Thanks, Tiger 10. We're about 12 minutes, and 17 minutes is what the race is going to be. So we're about 5 minutes left. We're looking at Pro Ski Stock right now. Pro Ski Stock is what we're running right now. Great questions, guys. By the way, feel free to ask me whatever you want. Or tell me who you're rooting for. I really love that Yuki jumped in and said, hey, we want Bernie to go in and get this podium. So there's Marlon back in fifth. See, our camera crew rocks. And it's Bernie Gano in fourth. So right now, Bernie's got the upper hand. As Bernie Gano and Marlon Teek both were tied for second place coming into this round. Boat number 4, that is Tana Winmoley on the outside split. Final couple of laps, and on the live stream, Yuki Francois Kuriashi. Hello, Dawn, I'm cooking. Ah, that's hilarious. So here's what's happening on the water, just to keep you guys, so we will keep giving you an update. But the top 6 look like this. It is Tana Winmoley who is leading, and Tana Win is back in third, but he is leading right now. He's fourth in the points, excuse me. Tana Widmoley is first in points, and he is in second. Carl Jusip Steinberg is fifth in points, and he is third on the track. Bernie Gano was second in points with 96, but he is fourth on the track. Marlon Teak is fifth on the track, and he was tied with Bernie Gano for second. And boat number 17, Aline Weiss, is sixth on the track. So there you go.
Szanowni Państwo, Klaszenowicz, Ranował Stok, jeszcze jeden Polak, Gabriel Tomala, który dzisiaj również w endurasie, piękny wynik, 7. pozycja w klasyfikacji generalnej. To jest wyścig, od którego zaczynaliśmy te zawody. 4-dniowe zmagania pierwszej rundy Mistrzostw Świata Skuterów Wodnej Federacji JSA, transmitowane na żywo na antenę tajlandzkiego Eurosportu. Przypominam, tam Oceanii Południowego Pacyfiku zawody skuterów wodnych są tym, czym
Tana Widmoley, your race leader, said he likes skating and bike riding, dislikes losing and exercise. Kevin Redder in the Flamingo team helping build that boat. He's on a Cowie SXR 1500. That race number is the same race number as his dad. He's sponsored by Knauf, U.S. Gypsum, and Team Flamingo, as you can see right on the side of that boat. Here comes his brother, Tana Widmoley. Says he likes hanging out with friends. He's a student, but official occupation is training and playing around, he said. His life goal to be just like his dad, and after watching Chocotit for so many years, I would have to concur. Carl Jusip Steinberg is in third. And Carl Jusip Steinberg is in this hunt, but he is not going to be able to make the podium even with this phasing finish. But still, a shout-out to the 20-year-old out of Estonia. He lives in Norway for 5 to 6 years as well. There is your third place, Bernie Gernot on the 181. He's in fourth on the water, but he comes into this tied for second. He's 21 years old, originally wanted 18 to be his boat number, but couldn't get it, so he added a 1, and that is why we got the 181. And then Marlon Teak right behind him in fifth place, and that was the other gentleman that he needed to be in front of Marlene Teak. And that looks like a battle between Gano and Marlene Teak, and that is your battle for third. Marlon has to hold off Marlene Teak, and so this just turned into a whole new ball game, and Marlon Teak just took over that fourth place spot, and that is all it took for Marlene Teak to jump to the podium. Marlon got around Bernie Gano. Holy Moses, what a flip of fate. And Bernie Gano is having problems, and he is just heartbroken back there. He came in, him and Marlon Teak were both tied for second, and that is just heartbreaking. Oh, my gosh. Bernie Gano went down. That boat was having problems, and that was all it took. Marlon Teak had already made the pass. Your new podium, Tana Wynn, and Marlon Teak from Estonia, and all of that right under the white flag. So a complete shift of fate on that final laps. And poor Bernie Gano had it locked and loaded, and unfortunately just got a little hooked up and strung out on one of the waves on the backstretch, and then the boat was going down on him, and Marlon Teak just took advantage of it and moved in to the third place position. Now on the track, he's in fourth, but getting around Bernie Gano is going to put him in third on the podium. What a twist of fate for Marlon Teak and Bernie Gano. So once again, your podium is going to be Tana Widmoley. Tana Wynn will be second, and Marlon Teak will be third. All of that, of course, unofficial. They do have to get back on the tech, have to get through that. Luke Thompson, here's my challenge. I know you guys were asking where Luke is. I am having a hard time finding him. I counted back to sixth place earlier. I'll see if I can find him. He wasn't in that top 6, but the timing is not working very well, or something's going on. So my timing is off, and because of that, I'm not really sure where Luke is because it's showing him fourth, and I don't agree. So there's your race leader, boat number 4 on our final lap. It is going to be a Tana Wynn, and Tana Wynn went down in the tray as well. This final lap is causing more dramas than we were expecting. Tana Wynn, will he be able to hold on to this? Tana Wynn has got the Wynn locked down, gentleman right behind him, but Tana Wynn is trying to scoot through here and get on a podium. Tana Nguyen comes into this with 87 points. Congratulations to Tana Nguyen Mo Lee for your Moto 3 win. It is going to be Tana Nguyen, however, the gentleman on the 30 boat, who is going to take your championship. And a beautiful job for boat number 30. And Tana Nguyen Mo Lee, your 2024 WGP1 World Series Round 1 winner in Poland. For Pro Ski Stock, that is your new series winner, Tana Nguyen, and you can see his name right on the back there, Big 230. Wow, what a crazy flip of fate as Marlon Teek comes in. That'll give him third. Here's Carl Jusup, who had a third in Moto 3. Great run for Carl Jusup's turn.
I have a relationship in Thailand